Hello and a very good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome along to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby and welcome along to Creative Cravings. Hope you're all singing along there to the Creative Cravings song. We've got 3 hours of fun, entertainment, education, demonstration, inspiration, all on the way for you over the course of the next 3 hours, and some phenomenal deals for you as well. I'm super excited because just to kind of name a few, we've got nesting dies on the show for you, which we're going to be kicking off with. We've got underneath here, which I'll show you in just a bit, one of my absolute favourite collections with a 70% saving. Plus we've got shower and callus, plus we've got our hero tool, not to mention over the course of the next 3 hours we will be catching up with the lovely Sandra from Sanntangle and Debby as well. Plus, before we even start the show, we do have our spring sale, which is currently ongoing on the website, up to 70% off, runs until end of play on Sunday, so do make sure you shop the web. Some amazing deals to be had. Also, right now, because it's National Craft Month, can anyone else believe it's nearly the end of March? I literally can't believe where we are. But anyway, as part of National Craft Month, March, we've got, at the minute, 3 for 2 on Spectrum Noir accessories, and it's Totally Tiffany's 19th birthday. No, that means the company's 19th birthday. So basically, if you shop the Totally Tiffany section on our website right now, you have got the opportunity to grab double points on all purchases. Some brand new Totally Tiffany goodies coming your way very soon as well. And if that wasn't enough, you know what we thought we'd do? Johnny and I, we thought we'd go a little bit rogue today. We thought we'd go a little bit rogue, and we thought, do you know what? What has been the biggest seller over the last sort of 36 hours? Anyone know? Anyone know? The Academy of Colour. That's what it is. We had such an amazing show on that yesterday. Leanne was here for a full 3-hour tutorial on it. So we thought for those of you that did miss it, we've got it back on the show today. We are going to be looking at it during Creative Cravings. We're also going to be looking at some of the snippets of the classes that you get with the Academy of Colour. Don't forget those classes, absolutely free. If you've not seen it, if you don't know what I'm talking about, hang fire, because we'll be chatting about that in around about 25 minutes, half an hour's time. Coming up in an hour, as I say, Sandra will be here, and then more Creative Cravings to finish off your night. But it's not just me over the course of the next 3 hours. Could you imagine? I'm delighted to say that providing lots of crafty inspiration and fun over the other side of the studio is my lovely TV wifey. It's the amazing, the gorgeous, the talented Debby Robinson.
Oh, a little bit of love there.
How are you, Mrs.?
Thank you very much.
How did the craft along go in the end?
All right, thank you. Yes, we got most of it completed. Just a couple of little elements that we didn't get quite finished with the decoration part. So, if you finished your craft along, share your pictures.
Send your pics.
They might, if I just go like that, it might just magically appear.
I'll keep doing it. You have to do it a little bit longer.
Do a little bit.
There
you go. If you go and contact us there, studio.crafterscompanion.co.uk, and share your pictures, our lovely Charlotte will bring them live into the show so we can have a little peek at what you've got up to with the craft along as well. So first things first, shall I tell you a little sneaky peek of what's coming up in Creative Cravings? With Creative Cravings, as always, we like to strip it back a little bit, maybe go back to basics with some things as well, but take you step by step through each one. And we've got some fabulous products on, and this being one of them, the absolutely beautifully gorgeous decorative nesting dies, which are beautiful, and I mean utterly beautiful. And the nesting dies with a difference because you've got this lovely decorative element to them. I absolutely love this sample. I just think it's absolutely stunning. And again, just showing you the kind of things that you can do with nesting dies. Nesting dies are not always traditionally squares, hearts, oblongs, rectangles, all the other things. There's decorative elements to them as well, and they're absolutely beautiful. I mean, take a look at these. These are just gorgeous, and I've just picked out a couple of my favourite samples, as you can see, using those fabulous dies. They really are ultra beautiful. A lovely little fun factor that we've got on the show as well, which is our gorgeous little, and if I've done this right and tied him up right.
Give it a spin. Woo-woo! Yeah! Yes.
the Twirling Characters, which are just absolutely super cute, and they're on a fabulous deal as well today. And then to top it off, we've got some fantastic stamps by the wonderful Sharon Callis, From the Heart, and these really are from the heart. We've got some beautiful sentiments, and that is happiness is found in the simplest of things, which is just gorgeous. And there are so many excuse me, so many
Getting all choked
beautiful
up with the sentiments over there. Oh dear, there's so many reasons to be happy.
beautiful reasons to be happy.
Yes.
We've got some lovely ones though that are on the show. That's just a couple of them. But we've got loads more to show you. I've got loads of demos. I've had time in my life in the craft the last couple of nights. So yeah, absolutely, you're going to enjoy this show. I know you are.
As always, feel free to get in touch if you want to say hello, if you want to ask a question, then please do. And as Debbie was saying, if you've got any pictures that you want to send in into us, particularly from the craft along, please send those in too. Few hellos, because there's loads of you watching already. Barbara Rostovsky is in from Indiana. Sherry Dover says, good afternoon all from Illinois. I was just watching Jan and Corin over on Hobbymaker. Yes, CC Team rocks, we do. You are all superstars, says Sherry. Thank you. Sandy Kessler says, good afternoon from Florida's Treasure Coast. Sun shining, soft breeze, sitting outside enjoying both the weather and getting ready to watch the show. It's been nice here actually today. We've had about 17, 18 degrees today, sunshine and a soft breeze. Oh yes. Beth says hello from upstate New York. Fred171 is in from California. Miriam Robinson is in saying hey y'all from South Carolina. Terry Anderson says hello everyone from Ohio. And Sherry says hello from a gloomy, damp Illinois. Fred171 on YouTube says happy birthday Johnny. That was yesterday, 45 years. He's not. How old are you? He's 38 apparently. Is that old paper round? Mary Matt says hello from sunny Montana. Alicia Gordon is in saying good afternoon and greetings from Arkansas to my favourite crafty couple, Ben and Debbie. Little courtesy there. Shaddai says, hello, my Lord Ben. Hello. We'll just be watching as I'm very tired from my night shift. Hello, Fab Debbie. And Lynn says, hi Ben, Debbie, Sandra Rushton, the fantastic CTV team. We've got Johnny and Charlotte steering the good ship craft this evening. The wonderful superstar, the wonderful the wonderful social superstar, Susie Social, the wonderful social superstar, and everyone. And Felicia is with us from Toledo, Ohio. Lovely to have you all with us. Let's look at everything that you're going to get as far as these nesting dies are concerned. They are brilliant and a staple piece really for any craft room. And do you know what? Whilst you think sometimes nesting dies can be quite functional in the fact that you might just get your sort of circular ones or square ones or rectangular ones, these really are nesting dies that are going to not only be functional but also just add that real quality to your card projects. This is the full bundle that I'm showing you here, but I think it's worth also bearing in mind that the first three I'm about to show you are another mini bundle should you wish to kind of break it down a little bit. So the three that you are going to get, Milan. So again, absolutely stunning. All the depth, all the detail for all of your layers, for all of your mats and layers to create something so stunning. Add a little sentiment on there as you saw as a few of the cards that Debbie was showing you, and it will look phenomenal. You're also going to get in this set, I mean, how gorgeous is that? Verona, so much detailing, the scroll effect that you've got, the mini hearts that you've got all around the outside of the actual frame, and then that inner die producing that really gorgeous centerpiece heart. And then you've also got your Vicenza as well. Literally tons of detail in all of these dies. Bottom of your screen right now are those three on their own. Okay, so if you want to just go for the squares, bottom of the screen right now. All of those though do come in the full bundle. The other mini bundle you can go for is what I'm about to show you here, which is the rest of the full bundle, if that makes sense. So you've got within this collection Amalfi. So all of these beautiful rectangular dies, if you like. Really big size, really great as far as the detail is concerned as well, and all very intricate in their own way. There's Turin. You're also going to receive Catania. Catania? Yeah, we'll go with that. Catania. You're going to get Bronte. And lastly, You've got your Argenta as well, so lots of different styles represented within all of those. The 6 of those rectangular ones, bottom of your screen right now, but as you can probably detect from seeing the prices of those 2 mini bundles, the best way to go is to get the full collection, which is on the side of your screen right now. All 27 dies in total, with a big saving actually, £25 or $29. Platinum members, you're at £82.50 or $95.71. We're going to be concentrating on this over the course of the next sort of 20 minutes or so. I would just also point you to the fact that we've got 70% off those Twirling Characters and 70% off that Sharon Callis collection, which we'll come around to a little bit later on. But let's have a look at these with our Debbie. Such a lovely, lovely collection. And as I say, nesting dies very functional, but these are gorgeous, aren't they?
They are, and I love a good set of nesting dies, because nesting dies enable you to create those lovely matten layers and lots of techniques that you can do with them. But these are beautiful because they've got that lovely decorative element to them, which takes them onto a different kind of nesting level, because each one of them fit inside as well each other, so that's where you get the nesting element from. But they're just absolutely beautiful because of the decorative designs, such beautiful designs as well. We're going to start with the Verona. This is the one I'm going with. Verona, it's just beautiful. And you can see the nesting element, if I just take these dies off for a second, that one creates your full, and I mean a true full piece. Really nice size. This is just shy of 5.5 inches in square. And then the nesting feature is the centerpiece, which fits beautifully on top. This one cuts all out this gorgeous decorative design, but do you know, because the heart in the middle doesn't get cut out, it stays connected into the cardstock.
Yeah.
And then, of course, by adding them both together, which is what I'm going to do in this first demonstration, that's where you can get your lovely heart shape out, but also a nice functional nesting element to sit on the top. And then you've got another one there. So you've got, and you can see each one perfectly designed to sit inside each other. So you can create lovely mats and layers with them and create that lovely nesting element. Now, I don't want a solid one for mine, and I'm going straight in with glitter cardstock, because I love glitter cardstock. Now, we've got plenty on our website.
Especially ours.
This is, yes, and beautiful. And this is the encapsulated. Now, this is from the Solar Gold, this one, which is the, do you know the 10 pack, 10 sheets in a pack? That's this one that I've chose. And I'm going to go in with a very full, solid heart. However, I am going to use this piece as well, because it's going to cut me 2 pieces out at the same time, and it's also going to cut out the Love Heart centre for that to create that lovely design. So I'm going to hold that down with some low tack tape pen. Now, nature of glitter cardstock, it's encapsulated, so you've got like an, I'll just show you what I mean by that. So it goes onto like a plain cardstock, then you've got your glitter layer, and then you've got the encapsulated covering that's over the top. So I always use my metal shim when I'm using mine. Okay. So if you were using ordinary cardstock, what I would say for this one, let me grab my big plates, Ben, to show you what I mean. If I was using, excuse me a moment while I just do this one, a little switch round. Oh, have I got a large,
what are you looking for?
My large metal shim, where's that hiding? Oh, I can see it.
Oh, you got it?
I can see it, I've got it, yep. I'll just go and grab that out of there. Normally we have them all on one side, don't we? But I don't know what we've done with them. Oh, very much loved
that has been
metal
loved.
Shim. But I'm going to pop that on, and the reason I'm pop the metal shim into place is because of the nature of the cardstock that I'm using. If you was using ordinary cardstock, like maybe Centura Pearl, you wouldn't need to use this plate. But because I'm going in, I'm really going in heavily with the first demonstration with a beautiful bit of glitter cardstock. I'm going to pop on now my plastic shim, my magnetic shim onto the top, followed by the other cutting plate. And I'm going to run that through my Gemini and let the Gemini do all the hard work for me. Now, honestly, these just work beautifully. If you was just using, without me using that centre heart piece, if I didn't use that, it would cut out that lovely design but leave the middle intact, which again looks beautiful with lovely dotted design around. Then you can layer the rest of the hearts up to create that lovely decorative nesting feature. But I wanted to show you what you could do to create an aperture with it as well. So that's why I've gone in with this piece as well, Ben. Okay. So when I lift off my low tack tape, that's the word, Debbie, and remove that off, you've got this beautiful, and apart from adding, and I'm just going to turn it over, just removing, oh, got a bit of foam pads from lifting my foam pads earlier, but just poke out those little pieces, and you've got this beautiful decorative heart in a piece. And again, I just love it when we can cut out any kind of material. That's the power of the Gemini, to be fair. Let's not forget that. But I love glitter cardstock. And I'm going a bit black and gold with this one, Ben.
A lot of people love the glitter cardstock and love this die particularly. Phyllis says, looking wonderful, Debbie. I don't know whether that's you or the card. Probably, probably both. Probably both. Jean says, I love these dies. Know why this one's called the Verona as well? I've worked it out.
What's that?
I know why this die is called Verona.
Go on then, tell me.
Because it's a heart, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you think of a heart and you think of Verona, thank goodness I'm right. Romeo and Juliet, isn't it?
Oh.
Wasn't that set in Verona?
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I hope so. I think it is. Look at me trying to be knowledgeable.
Look at you being clever. Now,
Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
You can see how lovely that's cut out there. Even though the fact that it's glitter cardstock, the fact that I've used that metal shim gives that beautiful cut. But I am going to give it a bit of a heavy tap. Look at Ben's face. Excuse me. And I saw your face that it was a right picture. I'm going to use me dye cleaning brush as well to get out all those extra pieces. And the pieces that I can't get out with my dye cleaning brush, I'm going to poke out as well. So we're just going to get rid of all those big pieces first. I could be using my mat actually, rather than doing my hand, rubbing a brush over your hand. Not recommended, but that's things you do, isn't it? But can you see that beautiful detail? And you've got that gorgeous heart there as well. And then I forgot, I've not even run my other little heart through. I could have put that on the platform at the same time. However, you'll pretend I just did that, because we can, in black. So that's what it looks like. Wow. So I did say I was going to go with the black and gold theme. And the lovely thing about that is that I've got two pieces for the price of one, but I've cut myself and created myself a lovely aperture. And if I can turn it round, you can see that lovely design through there, which looks absolutely beautiful. If I hadn't have used that, that would have been solid, and then I could have stuck that onto the top of the solid piece as well and create that lovely nesting feature. So, but I like the aperture, and it's going to fit the design of my card, to be fair, Ben, but again, just really, really beautiful. So I'm going to bring in I've got a card blank. I've gone 6x6 with this, so it actually measured at 12x6 and I've scored it in half. I've got myself a little bit of matting and layering, and I did a little bit of gutting, only because this is gorgeous glitter cardstock and I wanted to make the most of it, so I wanted to use an extra piece. So I've done a little bit of gutting there. And I'm going to place that onto the front. However, I wanted to create a little bit of a dome feature, so I've fetched in some acetate. And I've gone with the, I was going to say the heavyweight acetate, but I think there's about 40 sheets in this one. If I remember rightly. Just go and check the website out, but I've gone with some acetate and I've cut it slightly bigger than my 6-inch card blank. Okay. So I've cut it down to, and I'll give you the exact measurement, I've cut it down to 7.5 inches and I've scored 1/2 inch in either end and put some red liner tape because I want to create a bit of a dome. I didn't want too big a dome because what I'm going to do is I'm going to position, let me just bring that in, that piece into the centre and have it floating in the middle of me acetate. Look, a little face.
Oh, no, I'm impressed by what you're telling me.
Yes.
Floating art.
So a floating heart, of course, but I'm going to use my dotted tape pen because it's acetate as well. Obviously, the dotted tape pen is a fabulous one to use for this. Reason being, then, is that you're not going to get any of the glue globules or messy glue coming through the other end, which is why, for me, it's a perfect one. Yeah. You could use tacky glue. Problem there is with tacky glue that sometimes it can seep through, and especially onto acetate, can leave a bit of a sticky residue behind if you haven't done it sparingly, if that's the right word I can use. So that's why I'm using my dotty tape pen, and I'm making sure I've got a good coverage around on all these filigree designs.
They're back in stock as well.
Yes, they are.
Dotty and the normal tape pens.
Did you see me package that I delivered to studio?
Did I see you what? Package?
I had a package delivered here with my neck.
What, today?
with a lot of the dotty tape pen and the solid tape pens. I've stashed them away now. They're safe and tucked away because I wanted to put my order in to make sure I got some before they ran out. Right, I'm going to put a piece of cardstock underneath so you can see me doing this little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab some white one and pop my acetate onto there because what I want to do is position it into the centre part of the acetate. So before I commit to sticking it down, I'm just going to stick my tabs underneath. Have a little peek. Yeah, that looks about central. Yeah, I think I'm central with that one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick that down. And like I said, there's no messiness coming through with the use of the dotty tape pen. There's no stickiness coming back through. But I know once I've secured that on, it's not going anywhere.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, yeah, of course you can.
Alicia says, hello, Debbie. I've got a question.
Yep.
How do you measure a dome for different size cards so that you can bow out correctly? That is a good question.
So, I know that this, let me just pop that there for a second. I know this is 6 by 6.
Right.
You're going to measure this part to be 6 inches so that you've got that perfect snug fit. However, so when you look at this now on the 6 by 6, the reason I've gone a little bit extra out, and it depends on the dome, the size of the dome that you're going to go for. I didn't want it to be, my initial one, I did 8 by 6 and scored half an inch in, but it was too domed.
Yeah.
So that's why I cut it to 7.5 and then take half inch, and it creates a little bit of a dome. So it's a very good question to ask, but I think it's a personal...
Depends how big you want your dome to be.
Yeah, how big you want your dome.
Yeah.
So just bear in mind that you will measure the same there as your card length is.
Yes.
Measure that bit. But just these bits, depending on how much you want. So with it in mind, I didn't want it to be 6 by 6 because otherwise there'd be no dome. So that's why I've added on those extras, and that's why I went to 7.5 because I knew I had, with the half off the 7 and the half off this, so literally an inch off the 7.5 takes it to 6.5, which means I've now got that half inch depth, and that's why I chose that one.
Gotcha.
So I hope that helps, but that's a very good question.
Good question, Lisa.
Very
Thank
good
you.
question. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to move my cardstock out of the way. I'm going to stick on my piece here. Now, I'm going to tuck my dome underneath the flaps of the inside of the outside of my card, if that makes any sense. You could make it really neat and tuck it right underneath, but I'm not too fussed about that. So I'm going to just pop that straight onto the top, like so. And then I'm going to position, do you know my little hearts that I had cut out? And where's my little tiddy-widdy heart gone? There it is. I'm going to position those two, and they're going to sit on the inside of that card as well. So just for a second.
Gold, such a lovely colour combination.
Gorgeous combination.
Very classy.
It really is. It's absolutely beautiful. But you can see now, it's very classy as well, isn't it? Like you said, very classy.
Just like you, Mrs.
Oh, you little love.
Yeah.
Now, because I know I've got a bit of a dome, I can actually have a bit of leverage. I can literally pop some foam pads just onto the back of this because I've got a nice dome feature. So let's bring in my foam pads. Also in that bag, Ben, was some new foam pads as well.
Oh, in your
I was
parcel?
starting to run, but I was starting to run a little bit low on my foam pads.
I love how you're having your parcels delivered. That's like Craig. You've ever been in the green room when Craig's had he has parcels to deliver for everything. When he was off, bless him, for a while, you couldn't get in the green room for the parcels that he had delivered.
They were loads, weren't they?
Felt like Father Christmas when I went to see him when he was in hospital getting better. He was like stumbling in to take all of his stuff.
They were. I remember right, yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm going to pop a little bit of wet glue just onto the back of my foam.
Why?
And why? I want a bit of wiggle time. So I'm going to pop it in, and I'm going to pop it into the centre. But before I stick it right down, what I need to make sure now is when I'm putting my dome on, so I'm just going to lift off my red liner tape that I've put around there.
Yeah.
I want a bit of wiggle time to get it bang smack into the centre when I've got my dome card on.
Okay.
Hence why I've put the wet glue on. It doesn't dry instantly.
Is it you with the tip generally? Someone here, might be you, when they're using foam pads, likes to add wet glue anyway.
Yes, I do. Yeah,
because
I always
makes them stick longer, doesn't it?
Yes,
almost,
because I've used foam pads for a long time now. We've got fabulous foam pads at Crafter's Companion. However, nature of a foam pad over the course of time will lose its stickiness.
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually. So can you see now, I want to position it into that centre. So before I actually stick, oh gosh, I forgot I took red liner tape off. Debbie, what are you like? Oh, honestly. Whew!
You've done
just got away with that. Just got away with it. My days. I completely forgot I took it off.
Sorry,
I normally do it at the end and before I actually do that, but I think I might have got away with that, Ben. But now I can position it, and I'm going to do it by eye. Oh, actually.
You've smashed it.
Smashed it already.
That's all right, isn't it?
But now you can see I've got that lovely dome piece.
Love it.
And I've got my centre heart in there. So I'm going to just stick that down now because I didn't stick it down. I didn't commit to it. So it should be nice and, nice and focal there. And then I'm just going to finish that off because I thought, oh, a nice little wedding day one. Because I was thinking, what sentiment can I pop on here? And I'm going to stick a little wedding day because I thought black and gold could be for an anniversary. Could have been for the birthday.
Terry said, love these colours together for this year's prom colours, says
Yes.
Terry. Card would be fabulous as a box to keep the daughter's prom memorabilia in. Terry says, I hope it's okay to copy this off you, Debbie.
Oh, absolutely. That's what we're here for. Absolutely. Now, I could add some more elements. I could have had some ribbon and things like that. Now, let me just have a quick peek because this is what I like to do. Decide where I would like my sentiments. Let's have a little look.
Oh, yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Meh. 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 Meh.
There.
Nah.
Oh,
I like up top right.
there.
That's where I like it, guys.
Go on then. We'll go with that one.
Yeah,
Let's go with that one. So I'm going to put my wedding day just over there, like so. And then I could finish it off with little gems and things like that. But do you know what? I quite like it as it is, so I'm going to step away from there and show you. You can see that lovely dome feature with that beautiful nesting element, but I created a little bit of an aperture, so I'm drawing you into that centre heart there. But again, just absolutely beautiful, beautiful dies. They really are gorgeous. And how classy it looks in the black and gold.
Oh, I love it. I'm calling it. Could be demo of the show. I know there's only been one, but I love that. Maybe demo of the day, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Wow, love that so much. If you want to go for the collection, you can do. So the full 9-piece collection is here. I'll actually, let me show you the one that Debbie just used first of all, which is that one via the Verona. Absolutely beautiful. This comes in a set of 3. If you just want to go for the square dies on their own, you can do. You've got the Milan in that little mini bundle as well, and the Vicenza. But the point is with these, and you've seen, like the versatility that you've got is stunning, and the depth of detail and intricacy that you've got with these dies is quite simply amazing. Those are your first 3, and then also in the set you're going to get 6 of your rectangular nesting dies as well. I'd be interested to know why these were called the names that they are, but you've got your gorgeous Amalfi there. Then you've got your Bogano. That one reminds me a little bit of the old mirror, mirror on the wall. Then you've got your Turin, perhaps more of a sort of Art Deco sort of feel to that little set there. But once again, remember, because the fact that you get so many different dies within each collection, you've got plenty of opportunity to create that depth and dimension. Use them all together to create a wonderful border like this with the Bronte, or just use individual elements should you wish as well. That one there is your Argenta. £82.50 is the platinum price here, or $95.71. Everyone saves $25.78 or $129.90. Is that right? Oh, sorry, no, $29.91. I was going to say. Platinum price comes down to this deal for you here. Don't forget as well, also still to come a little bit later on, Sandra Rushton will be here from Sanntangle. So busy for all of the goodies that she's brought. Really looking forward to the demos that she's got coming up. I'm not going to spoil it, but she has got some really, really unbelievable demos coming up in just a little while. Plus more creative cravings later on. 70% off the Twirling Characters. 70% off Sharon Callis. Ooh, you'll have to wait and see those goodies coming up. But we've also got on the show a hero tool. This is the mat collection. You're getting your self-healing cutting mat, your stamping mat, and also your craft mat. No welcome mats in there. Can you imagine, just to top it off? £14.40 platinum price right there. 22, it would be quite good actually, Johnny, wouldn't it? A purple welcome mat that you could put outside the front of your craft room.
Oh, I'd love that. I would love that.
How cool would that be?
Yeah, definitely.
I'll mention it to Leanne. We did it before, did we?
What?
Oh, right.
I was going to say what?
What? £14.40 for that collection. No welcome mat, don't get too excited. $22.80 £80. That deal is live for 24 hours or whilst stocks last. Just a few lovely comments coming through about that last demo. Marsha Nelson says beautiful. Miriam said beautiful, Debbie. The heart card is gorgeous, Debbie, says Nee Connie. Sherry Dober says glamorous, Debbie. And Carletta Morris says so pretty, Debbie. Lot of love for you today.
I know.
Have you not been in for a while?
No, last week. I was in last week, so it's been a bit. It feels like an eternity when you're not in here regularly. So, last week, last Thursday, I think I was in.
Oh,
so
nice to see you again.
Thank you.
You'll have missed out on the launch of this.
I am a little bit gutted, actually.
Yeah.
Because I did miss out, and I didn't catch any of the show either. That's terrible of me to admit.
I was on for 3 hours last night with Leanne and you didn't catch a minute.
I missed you because I was trying to catch up on some soaps and things like that. While I was working, let me just say, I had to catch up on my soaps. I'm sorry.
I'll let you off.
But I feel like I've missed out on a really amazing product here.
Do you know what? The whole ethos behind this is just brilliant because this is like the first step in a journey of colouring for. Like Leanne was basically talking about the amount of people, and you'll know this as well, who can't sort of get a foothold in the world of colouring. They find it very difficult to kind of know where to start. They're scared of using alcohol markers. They're scared of using watercolour markers, and they just kind of don't know where to begin with it, and they get all a little bit flustered.
And people get scared and put off. And that's the thing. We don't want to put anybody off. And, you know, you'll sit and watch us. We do lots of Colour Me Happy shows. We've got loads of tutorials. But this is something else. It really, really is, Ben. And it's taken away all the things that you've probably been scared of in the form of this fantastic kit. From everything that you need, from your alcohol markers to your watercolour markers, down to your things like your stamps. You don't even have to go out looking for the stamps because everything works beautifully. All in that beautiful binder as well. However, the big thing for me is the education. The education is right. So within the bundle itself, you've got 16 of your brand new duo colour markers, new configurations of colours that you've got within these collections. You've got 8 of your watercolour markers as well, the duos. Also with those, we've made it easy for you to do like your watercolour technique. So you're going to get your spritzer in there. You've got your 2 different paint brushes, really top-notch quality paint brushes, and you've also got your opaque white pen as well to be able to do your highlights. So all of those are included. On top of all of that, we're going to give you, as you see Debbie here, working with these stamps. So you've got 40 stamps to get you started. You've also got all of the paper that you would want to use, or the cards. So you've got 18 sheets of your 5x7 watercolour card, 18 sheets of your 5x7 alcohol marker card, and that binder. So you're going to store all of your stamps in there. You've got your project pockets as well, 7 of those, so that you can put all of your projects in as you work along. So it's a comprehensive set, which, by the way, and our US viewers will know this, there'll be more steps released over the course of time. But as Debbie was talking about, you pay this price for this. The price that you pay for the tuition, for the education with Leanne, you don't pay anything. Wow. And that's the thing. So many of you have been chatting about it. And here's Debbie having a look and crafting along with Leanne. Currently, there's over 6 hours worth of tuition. You'll be able to access that tuition via the card that you'll get in the box, which gives you a QR code. And basically, it's 6 hours of, and I'm not doing myself out of a job here, but there's no me or Joe rabbiting away. There's no, kind of us sort of breaking away to show you boards and whatever it may be. It's 6 hours jam-packed. And almost you having your own little private lesson with Leanne, and honestly, we'll have a look at a little clip from the classes in just a second. Who better than Leanne to teach you? Leanne's been the one where I've learned a lot in my colouring journey, because she's just a fountain of knowledge. The fact of the matter is they're getting that education. That's the thing. That's the key for me in this collection. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love the configuration of new colours in there, the new pen styles, everything. But it's the education bit for me that really excites me the most, because you're not just taking you on that colouring journey, holding your hand by hand, step by step stage each way through there. 6 hours.
Yeah, already, and
there
there'll be
is more to come more, it's like you're buying into a system. It's
Yeah.
like you're getting into the system, and then we're holding your hand by hand all the way through there so that you can be confident in colouring, never be scared of colouring, whether it be alcohol markers, whether it be watercolour markers. It's just a genius idea. I always wanted something like this when I started colouring.
Yeah.
And to have this now is just amazing. It really, truly is. And having that tuition, for me, is key to the whole of this collection.
Do you know what was amazing as well last night? Because I know a lot of our American viewers have already picked this up, and a lot of people who were scared, people who didn't know where to start, people have bought into this, and already people are saying, oh, I watched like half an hour of the first class and already I can see I've improved. Or, oh, I watched an hour of the first class and already I feel confident. I've lost that sort of fear, and that's what this is all about for me. This is the starting point. It's giving you the education, it's giving you the encouragement that you need and the inspiration. And the brilliant thing is, as we said, you know, you might have thought to yourself, well, maybe think about doing like an evening class or something like that. But then you've got the fear of other people around you, you know, you not picking it up the same speed as everybody else. You do this in your own time. You do this at a time to suit you with Leanne, who will guide you all through it. And if you try a particular technique with her first time off and it doesn't work, what's the worst thing that can happen? You just simply rewind the class, start again until you get it right. And remember, I can't stress this enough, the classes are free. And you'll know this as well. I've looked at, you know, classes in the past for whatever it might be. It doesn't have to be craft we're talking about. If you wanted to, I don't know, learn to ride a horse, for example, or if you're wanting to, I've been looking into sign language classes, as I said yesterday. The cost of classes, you know, if you get a class for £30 an hour, you're doing all right, aren't you?
Absolutely.
And to get the education for free.
Exactly. That's amazing in itself, and it really is. It's the whole thing about this I just think is incredible. I'm so glad it's out now and it's out there for everyone to be not scared of colouring anymore, whether it, like I said, be alcohol or water. I just think this is an absolutely genius idea, and more to come, which excites me more, because like I said, it's starting you and taking you through lots of different steps and stages and how to do it to get your skill set up and make a colourist out of each and every one of us.
That's it. This is the starting step, the stepping stone to get you on that journey so you can become the colourist that you've always wanted to be. Pick it up today at this price. Feel free to keep sending in those testimonials. I know loads of you did yesterday, but feel free to tell us why you love the Academy of Colour. And what we're going to do right now is just have a quick little look, it's a 2-minute clip here of part of the classes to sort of give you a bit of a taster as to the kind of thing that you can expect once you're in the Academy of Colour with Leanne. And here she is explaining a little bit about how to get the very best when it comes to doing your skin tone. So have a look at this video. It gives you a bit of a taster as to what you will get.
So first things, we're going to go with the lightest of the skin tone, which is the desert. So damp brush, pick that up, same principle applies as before, add that into the areas where there would be more shade. So we're going in the shaded areas first, which is under the hairline, around the chin, into that area there, under her nose and under her neck. And then we're going to take a little bit of the desert and bring in a little bit more shade. And then to soften that, I'm going to use the blossom. So take a little bit of that blossom, and then to drag that out, I'm going over that there, and then bringing that colour out more into the rest of the face. I've got that in there. I'm not worrying about the hair because I'm going in to do the hair in a second. So I've gone over a little bit into the hair there. It doesn't matter. That'll get covered up when I come to do the hair. And then those colours have all melded in to get a little bit more light and shade in a couple of areas here. What I can do now is use the faux bleaching. So faux bleaching is where you put water on and then you dab with your towel and it takes colour away. So you see that instantly added light to her forehead. I can do the same down here, the side of her face. And then that has added a little bit of light there. There we go. And then just to shade that in and give her a little bit of blush, you can use that same blossom colour with the same technique we had before and give her a little bit of a blush on that side there.
So that's just a little bit of a taster from one of the classes. obviously snipped and edited just a bit, so just so we could squeeze it into that time, but just to give you a feel of how the classes work and how you can follow along. Cheryl has just said on Facebook, I love my Academy of Colour, and Cheryl also saying Leanne Chivers is a rock star teacher. Wow. Everyone will love these classes. Take it from me and take it from everybody who's chatting away on the socials right now as to how great this is. If you are somebody who is scared of colouring, if you don't know how to get started, if you want to be able to kind of master colouring with your alcohol markers, with your watercolour markers as well, but you don't know where to begin, this is where you begin the journey. This is where it all starts. And remember, you pay today for, let's call it part one of your Academy of Colour, because there will be more boxes for you to kind of take you on that journey. But remember, that price here is for what you're buying here, the classes that you're going to get, and the classes that you will continue to get when you invest in the Academy of Colour will always be free. You get a little QR code in your box, a little link, so that you can access those classes. And then as we bring out more of the boxes to add to your Academy of Colour, of course, then there'll be more classes for you to follow as well. And by the end of it, a few of you might have just noticed in the little video that we showed you, you even, right at the end of it, kind of like a year, 14 months down the line, you get a little certificate to say that you've graduated from the Academy of Colour, which I think is really, really, really lovely. Grab this today. Hundreds and hundreds of you bought it yesterday. If you missed the boat, there's still lots of stock available for you, and people who did miss the boat are jumping in now to grab it. It's a brilliant investment, and as I say, for the non-cost of the tuition alone with Leanne, it's worth buying. £79.20 platinum, $95.20. Again, if you've got any more questions about that, or indeed if you want to see a little bit more, we'll come back to the Academy of Colour a little bit later on in part 2 of Creative Cravings, which will be in just over an hour's time. Sandra is gearing up the other side of the studio, ready for some Sanntangling in just a little while. Before that though, we're going to come back to the nesting dies, because these have proved really, really popular as well. I know lots of you loved Debbie's first demo just a few moments ago, so we are going to have another look at these with Debbie. Details on your screen right now, the full collection. I'll go through the full collection with you in just a moment, but let us get demoing what you're going to be using, Debbie.
So we're going to use the Turin in this one, and again, I, when you see how many dies are actually in that collection, and the fact that they give you and create perfect matte and layers every single time, regardless of which one you go for, it's a real good value for money kit, and it really is. Anybody should have, you know, your normal, what I call your standard nesting dies. Yeah. But everyone should have a set of decorative nesting dies as well. So I'm going to do one more demo here, and then later on I've got another demo lined up for you as well to show you a different way that you can use them. But I went big with this one, Ben. I'm going really big.
Go big.
And I'm going to use some nested elements to it, but I'm also going to use it as a decorative panel as well. Now the lovely thing about these is that these can go anyway, so they can work beautifully. And again, each one have got their own 3 pieces and I'll just take off those again. This one itself, again, doesn't have the outside cutting edge on the inside of the die, so it means it creates a nice solid piece, and that's what I'm going to do for this one to show you that difference between the two. Of course, you have got the perfect mattes and layers in different decorative features. I love this Turin one. It's got a very Art Deco-y kind of feel to it.
Yes.
I love this one. But the fact of the matter is you can use them either landscape or portrait way. Both beautiful, whichever way you decide to do. So I'm going to use this as a solid one to start with, and I'm going to pop that down so you can see what I'm doing with this one, Ben. Actually, large plates, and I can get a lot more on there. Let's go in with my big plates again. So I'm going to bring in the larger plate, and I'm going to pop that onto there. Now, I've also got my other 2 pieces. Can I get them both on? Absolutely, you can, Debbie. So we'll get that nesting feature done straight away. So I'm going to pop... I'm going to use some navy for this one. I've got navy and... Century pearl that I'm using is a Century pearl into silver, and I've gone with, do you know the pearl, the paisley pearl? 300
GSM
cardstock, yeah, the double-sided luxury, really is luxury, cardstock. So I've gone with that one as well. So I'm just going to trim that down to size so I can fit it on my platform. So let's pop that on there, and then again hold it down with some low tack tape. And then I'm just going to use a little snippet here of that same Centura pearl. And we're going to go in, snip that down to size as well. Let's see if I can, yeah, you can get that on there, Debbie. In fact, put your things straight and you'll be fine. What on earth are you trying to do? Right, so I'm going to hold that down, and then I'm going to run these through. Just normal platform for this one. This isn't a glitter cardstock or anything like this. So this should you know, doesn't need the extra additional shim, and just run those through. So pop that in, let the machine do all the hard work for you, and we'll create some nice nesting elements to this as well. Again, really love these dies. When I was sat last night, well I say last night, over the last couple of days I've been doing all my prep for my shows. And I sat there thinking, and I had a ton of ideas floating through my head, and I'm like, I can't fit it all into the 2 hours that I've got, because they're just so lovely. And I actually just wanted to fill 2 hours with these gorgeous dies, because they really are beautiful. But yeah, I've really enjoyed just sat there and getting my craft on, getting creative.
That's what it's all about, isn't it, as well?
Well, I mean, honestly, the designs on these are absolutely beautiful. I'm going to remove my tape and remove my waste. Let's do that for this one as well. And then remove the tape on this piece. Now, this is what I talked about. Without using that die in the centre, I've now created myself a nice solid panel. So I'm just going to start, there is release holes in here as well as there are bits that remove out. So I'm just going to release it slightly. Let's get rid of some of those bits. Let's give it a little push with the release hole so it releases that die. Now, just take your time. I usually put my poker tool just round there to release it because it's quite solid. I don't know if you can see there, it's just helping it along. And I'm going to just remove that from the die. Now, with any nature of any die that's got filigree, just be careful how you pull it out. No band-aid, just take it out gently and just tease it out of the die like so. And there you go. You've got that beautiful, and I mean really beautiful Art Deco. Let me pop a bit of dot. Look at that.
Oh, beautifully done,
Just
isn't
the
it?
detail on that is absolutely stunning. And because I didn't use that centre die like I did with the heart one in the first one, I've not created an aperture. If I wanted to create an aperture, I would have just popped that over at the same time and cut myself another piece. But I actually want this to be a matte and layer. So I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. Move. And look, the lovely thing about this is each panel is different.
Yeah.
So that's got that gorgeous Art Deco feel. Equally, that beautiful, I'll just pop that on there so you can see what I mean. Beautiful design again. Use them on their own, use them to create the perfect mats and layers, but they fit in, and that nesting feature is that they fit in there, the perfect increment to create that nesting element. And then I'm going to do the same with the little one at the end. And take a look when you pop those all together. In fact, let's pop that down there.
That's the genius of these, though, isn't it? That you can use them individually, but then when you see all of those designs lined up, just how pleasing is that on the eye?
Beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Beautiful to look at. I mean, think of a box top. Think of matte and layering just onto an ordinary card.
It's very Poirot, isn't it?
Yes,
That's
and
Art
honestly,
Deco,
it's just got that lovely Art Deco-y, just beautiful decadent feature, and I absolutely love them. There isn't one of those dies in the whole of that set that I don't love. I absolutely adore them beyond love. I absolutely think they're just beautiful. Really, really gorgeous dies. So I'm going to show you what I've done with this, because I have cut out multiple layers. So I've done a couple of pieces because I'm going to create a little bit of a background with this. I've also created myself another panel, but in blue, because what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to have it and drop shadow it. So just by adding, can you see that lovely, gives it a little bit of a ghosting, a lovely shadowing behind there, but really lifts it a little bit. So I'm just going to use my dotty tape pen then, and I'm going to run, make sure your dotty tape pen's working. Oh yeah, come to an end. Can you see? Nothing left on there, it's at its end. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's got nothing left. Yeah. It's all run out, so look at that.
Look at that for service.
I know,
John is there.
Totally brilliant, our John there.
He
was ready waiting for me, literally, to get me the next
service
one.
here, isn't
Absolutely,
it?
super service.
Yeah.
He's a superstar, isn't
He is a superstar.
Do you know I had him in my ear earlier, Ben?
Excuse me?
I had him in my ear
Oh,
earlier.
here's the thing. By the way, so you know, well, there's a new superstar producer on the block, right? That's what they're all saying backstage. Oh, there's a new superstar producer, this guy. Right? Done 2 shows, thinks he's brilliant. Not producer Johnny standard, but getting there. Walk back in earlier on. He comes out, John. Just produce the last half hour. You got a bit of competition there, bit of competition. So that's what he does as well. He walks like that. Producer John. So yeah, he's upskilling. We're all upskilling here. It's my idea to upskill to a producer first. Yeah. Watch it. Don't be stepping on my patch. Yeah. Was he good, Charlotte?
He was very good.
Oh,
I actually didn't realise it was John. I thought Charlotte's voice had dropped. I did. And then I realised it was John. It's because I turned everybody down.
Right. Of course.
Excuse me.
But
And I hadn't realised it was John in
right.
there.
Right. Note that one down. She turns you guys down just to note that. I always have you guys full blast so I can hear every single instruction that you give me.
Now, I've given it that little drop shadow. Can you see just that little hint of a shadow? Just really gives it a nice little bit of a lift.
Yeah.
Now, I did say I was going big with my card base, and I have gone big.
Blimey.
This is 9x7 in size. Nothing to stop me from doing big cards. I love little, I love big. Either way, you know, I adore any kind of size of card. And the fact of the matter is, depending on how much you layer this up, how much decorative feature you pop onto it, you could pop it in a box, you can make a box to fit, or you can make your envelopes to fit. That's the lovely thing I love about here, where Sarah designed that enveloper was for that reason, so that you can make large, small, you make them to fit your cards, not the other way around. Not your cards to fit the envelope, so you can literally go any size. Now, I did say I was going to use this as a little bit of a decorative feature, so I'm going to pop two side by side, and straight away you've got a gorgeous, lovely decorative panel piece. So again, I'm going to use my dotty tape pen. Hang on a minute. Johnny says I'm cursing, I come here. I always tend to go for it. It's not, it's the fact.
That's how he walks. Told you that's how he walks. No one ever noticed that before. Strange walk he's got with the head bobbing thing going on. Bless him. Great to see. Great. What do you see him run, says Johnny? I don't know.
Tia, will you behave, please? I'm trying to be a professional here. I did say don't make me laugh today with me muttly cough that I've got at the moment.
With you? Oh, your muttly
Me muttly cough. You know, dastardly and muttly. Do you remember that? Yeah. I've got a little bit of a muttly cough going off.
Snickering fool. I can't do his. You've just done it.
Oh dear. So yes, behave yourself.
Okay.
We'll be professional tonight. We'll be professional. We've got guests in the studio.
Yeah.
Let's be professional.
My voice is like that. We got guests in the studio. We have got guests.
We have got guests.
Yeah.
But I'm going to decorate this, and I'm going to make it a really nice feature because yes, they're brilliant for the decorative nesting element.
Yeah.
But they're also a gorgeous design. Absolutely love these. And I know if you haven't got them, and maybe you're not going for the whole collection tonight. Maybe you're just going for one of the smaller mini sets. Mini sets.
Mini sets.
Mini sets.
Mini.
I know that when you get them home, regardless which way you use them, they're just going to work really beautifully. And I think you'll be able to, create lots of lovely features with them and lots of different styles of cards. You can see you giggling away over there, Ben. Now I'm going to have it. I was going to have it that way, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to go this way with it, and I'm going to have it going across there like so, and just popped some foam pads just onto there again. In fact, Debbie, put your glue on, just to give it a little bit of a wiggle time to get it positioned and into. There we go, into situ. And then I'm going to bring back in those extra little panels. Now, the only difference that I've done with this one, Ben, is, do you know those lovely mini dies that we had on recently? This is the alphabet one.
Oh,
and
yes.
I just put the with love
Cool.
because I thought it fit in absolutely gorgeous with that design. So I popped some foam pads just onto the back. Just strip those off. Come on, everyone's come off, not apart from you. Let's get that back off there. Let's take that off.
Oh dear.
Well,
it's been naughty, that one, isn't he?
Sticking to my fingers, sticking to my thumbs. Let's get that right. Let's just posh that.
Yeah. Ben the Bobblehead and John the Jiggler. Soon to be on the website for purchase, says Fred171. John the Jiggler.
John the Jiggler. It just made me laugh when I looked.
Jiggler!
Jiggler. Jiggler is the way I said it. It's the way I said it. Jiggler.
No.
Jiggler.
Jiggler.
Jiggler. Jiggler. Jiggler.
Yeah, jiggler.
Jiggler.
Jiggler. Not jigger, yes.
Yes, not the jig. No. No. God love him. I hope he didn't hear that.
Sharon says, I have the show on mute whilst I'm on a conference call, and every time they show Ben, I break out in laughter and have to mute my conference call. Because we're doing our wiggly heads.
But because you were doing your wiggly heads, now
Yes.
I was going to add some more other little bits to it, but you know what? I'm not. I'm going to stop because take a look now.
That's
and
amazing.
I've just used it in a different configuration in a different way, creating some panels at the background, using that matte and layer element as well, and just literally giving it a little twist. And then added little with love there in the element. I was going to add a bow and other things, but I'm not, because I think that just looks beautiful. Again, just showing you a different way that you can use them. They are predominantly nesting dies to create the lovely matte and layers with that decorative element, but the lovely feature of these, that lovely decorative design of these, just creates something that little bit more as well.
Do you know what I've loved about both those demos, again, is just like two completely different ways that you can actually use these nesting dies. And when you think you've got the 9-piece collection, so many options, so many great ideas, and so much fun you'll have with these as well. Everyone saves £25.78 today, $29.91 if you're a platinum member, or indeed if you're a first-time shopper with us. Don't forget to sign up to Club Inspire. It's free to do, take you 2 minutes to get signed up, and you'll get that price today as well, £82.50, $95.71 if you're shopping with us in the US as well. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. Fred says they wouldn't be toys, they would be action figures. Yes, can you imagine Ben Bubblehead and John Jiggler coming to stores near you soon? And on that note, we'll say thank you to Debbie for now, and coming up in just a few moments' time, we've got the lovely Sandra from Sanntangle. It's all on the way in about 2 or 3 minutes.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon. Hello, welcome back to Crafters TV. Good afternoon. Good morning and good evening, actually. We've covered everything off there, haven't we? If you have just joined us, where have you been all day? Seriously, what a day this has been. We've been having so much fun. We're getting so much education, so many great deals as well. And of course, we've had another one of our crafty friends back in the building because her last appearance here at Crafters TV was met so well. We thought we've got to get her back in. We've got to get her back in. It is from Sanntangle, the lovely Sandra Rushton. How's your day been so far?
Oh, it's a breeze here. I can actually sit and design.
Yeah.
It's nice and calm, it's nice and relaxing. And yeah, when I'm at the office and HQ, I love it. It's really busy.
Yeah.
But here it's like I can't pack anything. I can't deal with the emails and I'll actually just sit and design.
Yeah.
So yeah, you might know that something I've drawn here today might be on the next show. You just don't know, do you?
Absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're here with us, designing as you go as well. And it's been super busy once again for all of the Sanntangle goodies. We've already had sellouts. So if you see something that you love on this particular show, then do make sure that you jump in nice and quickly and grab those goodies. Just very quickly, I know a lot of people will, but before we get started with all the deals, Sanntangle, just tell us all about it and what it is for anyone who's like brand new to it.
If you've never done it, you've doodled, you've drawn, when you've been on the telephone, you've sat and been talking to somebody and you had a pen in your hand and you've actually made marks on a piece of paper, whether it be swirls, whether it be lines and crosses. That's doodling, but that's doodling without focus.
Yes.
What we do is turn it round on its head. So rather than focusing on the phone call, we focus on whatever it is you're putting on the paper. So you focus in onto the drawing, but nice and small little tile that you're drawing on, and you look at every single line that you do, every single bubble that you draw, and at the end of it, you feel, well, I feel like I've had a little nap. It's like it's all dead relaxing, and then you create something really beautiful. And of course, Sanntangle takes it a bit further, so it's not just about the tile and that mindful moment, it's about what you're going to do with that after. How are you going to craft with it? What are you going to create? This is where the stencils come in, Ben, because of course we want to go a bit bigger, we want to craft and create pictures with it, and this is where it comes. So that's the difference, we get all that in there.
And on the show as well, still got deals where you can get bundles where you've got the tuition, where you've got the stencils, where you've got the tiles. What we're going to take a look at initially is, this isn't easy to say at this time of night, Tiles, Tangles and Techniques, book number 7. Full instructions to give you inspiration to be able to create 30 new tiles. Now, I suppose, well, I'll give you the price first of all. $21.99, $31.89 is the deal on this, less your platinum membership. £17.59, $25.51. 60% of the stock has gone here, so really busy for this. And I suppose my first question would be, if you haven't got the other books in this collection, can you jump in straight away and go for book number 7?
Yes. Every single tile starts from scratch.
Yeah.
Okay, book 7, it doesn't tell you to put your name on the back and write the date and the tile number, but every single step is in there from start to finish.
And again, it is literally like if you've never, Sanntangle before, if you have no idea where to start, everything is done for you. What is beautifully set out, I think is this thing that we noticed. You've got all of the written word there, but everything explained in pictures for you too.
Absolutely. I'm an ex-teacher and that says a lot, doesn't it? It's all about people learn in different ways. So whether you like to see the writing, the text, whether you like to see just the pictures, you can use both. And of course, just because I've drawn it in that way or in that style doesn't mean you have to. If you want to do it something a little bit different and take your own version, then please feel free, be my guest and go and do that.
Plenty of inspiration right there, and as you said, just £17.59 or $25.51 if you're shopping in the US as well. And do let us know over the course of the show too, if you have taken part in this craft before, how much you love it. Let everybody else know as well. There's a lot to aspire to in these books as well, isn't there? I mean, when you look at some of the designs right here.
That's not my work that you're showing there. That's the student gallery.
Seriously?
Yeah. Absolutely. So that's people that follow the Facebooks, because of course there are videos on Facebook to show all these different tiles, and that's other people's interpretations of them. And they very, very kindly sent them in and let me actually put them in the book. And that's what other people do with them. Of course, there's our Dobby.
I was going to get on to talk about him in just a second. These are phenomenal, and it goes to show, doesn't it, that it's a craft that you can pick up quite quickly,
yes, it is.
Inexpensively.
Yes, very, very little basic equipment really. You can bring colour into it, you can bring your crafty stash into it, but of course it is very, very inexpensive to start with, yes.
And who's this here?
That's our Dobby. Oh, the little tile.
No, Dobby.
Oh, we've got Dobby, of course, but he's holding a tile there that's been drawn by a 5-year-old. That's our Joe, my youngest tangler.
That's amazing. So whether you're 5 or 105?
It doesn't matter.
No?
No, not at all.
This is for everybody?
Yes.
That is book number 7 with 60% of the stock gone. £17.59 or $25.51 is the deal to go for. Then we've got book 3 on the show as well. I mean, if you haven't started in this before, is it best to kind of go in chronological order, or?
Sure, in a sense, it really doesn't matter. Every single book, it sort of gives you a story throughout our lockdown, because of course the first tile that I did was exactly 2 years ago today.
Is that right?
So it's quite an anniversary.
Oh, happy tile-anniversary.
Yeah. So book 1 takes us through the first 12 tiles, which I was only going to do 12. And then of course book 2 came along and that did the next 12. Book 3 does the next 12. So you get a little bit of about this book, and you can see where lockdown changes things, because there's a little bit of a write-up there. But then all these tiles give you different things. So whether it be book 1 gives you the basic instructions, book 2 will give you the basic instructions but show you how to add that tile in, onto a page and make a bit of colour. Book 3 gives you tiles plus then how to use colour in different ways.
Yeah.
And you see how it evolves, but you can come in at any time at any one of them.
And it's also incredible to think, I always, you look at the finished project, for example, and you think, that looks really technical and really difficult. But then when you look at how you start, it's literally learning the little squiggles, the little doodles that create the bigger masterpieces,
yeah, which
isn't it?
in a sense we all do anyway. A lot of the swirls and the bubbles, as I just mentioned, you do, and perhaps you make a bit of a grid and colour it in. That's the same sort of thing, but we're just doing it with a bit more focus and attention, taking it into the craft industry so we can tangle and then make card toppers or make pictures and things with it.
And is that the sort of focus for you as well, that you tend to kind of use a lot of these as card toppers, or do you then kind of, I don't know, say make 20 or 30 of these and you put these into a bigger project or a
maybe
piece of art?
Sometimes, yeah. I actually do have a little memory book here, and I know that Debbie was using this paper earlier. It's by coincidence, pure coincidence. So I do love my little memory books. So you see here, again, this was the launch of Hobby Maker when I actually brought this little gem.
Wow.
But what you can actually do with your tiles as well, this is my tile swap, so I actually swap it with people. So if I just open the page, I've done the first one. And you see here, look, I've got my tile here. This was from a lovely lady here named Ruth that sent me this one.
Amazing.
And then this is the one I sort of did in response to that. And you can see it's not just about doing cards, but if you're into your memory books and things like that, if you're into your sewing, imagine stitching these,
wow,
drawing them onto fabric and then adding a few little bits and pieces with it. I mean, still a way to go, but I've made a good start there.
It's not too bad, isn't it?
Sort of 3 pages going. But yeah, I mean, you bring them into crafting and do whatever it is you want to do with them. So don't think it's just about making a tile and putting it in a book or putting the practice pages in those. Do what you want to do with it. I'm going to show you how to make bigger pictures with tiles anyway. So.
I can't wait. Questions coming in from Kerry saying, in which book do you learn how to connect 2 tiles?
Book 2 will give you that, and then book 3 gives you different shapes, and it also shows you that I've actually cut one up and created something a bit different with it as well. So we start to get a bit different and creative with that. So yeah.
Keep those questions coming through as well. Anything you want to ask Sandra, it's Last Chance Saloon sort of over the course of this next hour. Dawn Nordstrom says, I love tangling. The instructions are easy to follow.
Thank you.
I've also sent in some pictures of my tangles last night. If we get a chance, Dawn, we'll have a look. If you have been tangling, by the way, do send in your pictures. crafterscompanion.co.uk. So we've got the books available. 60% of book 7 has gone, don't forget, so go swiftly on that one. You've also put together, some amazing bundles, half the stock gone, for you to be able to create not only owls, but sea life and dragons as well. Talk us through this amazing bundle, because again, in essence, it looks a little bit complicated, but all of these pieces make these characters, don't they?
It does, yeah. And of course, where you put the 3 together, I know George mentioned that earlier. Why have I put these 3 together? Because there's so much you can do with them.
Yeah.
You look at the shapes there, and they bear no resemblance to an owl whatsoever.
Yeah.
And this is the beauty of my stencils. I give you the shapes, and then you create your own. But I don't give you just the stencils and say, get on with it then, create something. I actually give you, so every picture on the front there, you've actually got the instructions for how to make inside. So we did do the cute ones earlier. Of course, then there's, we go from a cute one, and then you can go into like the lady one, where she's got lots of flowers around and things like that. And then as you sort of work your way through, see that's about an afternoon's project, I would say, that one. It's really beautiful, that, and you can make it really feminine if you want to. But then you've also got another version. You've got quite a masculine kind of owl with his wings outstretched. Yeah. And it's just beautiful. That I'd say that was going to give you it's a day's work, that one. But
and just to recap, that from these stencils.
Exactly. And when you think about it, it's not just those images. You can then create your own owls. Imagine doing a wedding couple.
Love that.
Or 2 owls, you know, mum and dad and baby and things like that.
Yeah.
There's so many things you can do with that one.
Little owl family. And I even love on the front there, you know, you've given us like different ideas of the owls. We can create like a whole little family.
Exactly, yeah. So all the instructions for all, even the little baseball cap that the youth has got on there. Yeah. It's lovely, isn't it? How to do all that with those shapes.
So you'll have a hoop with that collection.
Haha.
Cute. Then, now, this one here looks a little bit more like, so I look at that and go, okay, so I'm seeing that is a sea life collection.
I know,
and we yes.
It's fabulous. This one is so nice, and I did draw that seahorse when I was here last time.
Oh, did you? I did. Literally a few weeks ago?
Yeah, when I was here a few weeks ago, yeah.
Amazing.
Because we make it all ourselves as well. We can turn things around very quickly. But people loved it. People said, oh, we really love the seahorse. Can you please bring a stencil out? So I've given you not just the seahorse, but you've got different types of fish, you've got ships in a bottle, and you've got that awesome jellyfish. I couldn't not put that in. And again, I've just started you off. They are just sort of elements and things you can have a go at. Create these wonderful images, but then go off and do your own thing. Create your own versions of what I've done. And of course, imagine them in fabric. You know, with different sort of metallic stitching and things like that. It's going to look beautiful.
Look at that fish.
I know. It's amazing. So they're just amazing. That when you think it's a shape and a little bit of doodling, a little bit of shade.
Ship in a bottle.
Look at that. They're lovely.
I am always amazed when you're here with us. I just think the whole process of this
How on earth does that happen?
Yeah, is just amazing. And when you think, again, from the stencils that you're going to get with this collection, to be able to create all of those underwater creatures, brilliant. But that's not the end of this bundle, because you're also going to receive how to draw and tangle your dragon.
I know. I had to do a dragon. I love drawing dragons, and I do draw a lot of them. This one, yeah, he looks a bit mean and menacing there. But again, look at the stencil. I'm not giving you just that single pose. You can change things about. You can make the wings bigger. We are going to actually do a dragon. this time. We did do the cute one earlier on.
This little
because
cute
of course
one.
you don't just get the big one, you get those cute little babes as well. Just divine.
So yeah, the ability then to be able to create your sort of ferocious dragon, but then your little cutesy ones as well.
But you know what, Ben, if you don't want to tangle it, if you want to learn how to draw, then these are brilliant as well, but just to learn how to draw. It's like having a ruler to draw a straight line.
Yeah.
Use these stencils, they give you a guide, and I show you where you can go with it, but then you're creating, it's your artwork, it's not mine at the end of it. I've given you the structure, but you're actually creating it.
And look at that as well, from this, like you say, which is very mean and moody, isn't it? Very dark, to here.
It's cute.
We just want to pick him up and give him a little tickle.
Adorable.
It is all of the items that I've just shown you there within this bundle. So the owls, the dragons and the sea life stencils with the instructions, with everything, as I say, that I've just shown you there for just £36.80 or $53.19. Let's get going. So are we doing a dragon or a jellyfish?
I think jellyfish first and then we'll go into dragon afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely right. Let's do it.
Right, here we go. So I'm going to show you first. This is the drawing that I did for the jellyfish, and this is what, look at that. That's what created the shape. So if I show you this shape, there we go. There it is. I'll turn it around because we did it that way. There it is. There's the shape to start with. And of course I did mention that let's just take the sketchbook aside just for a moment. And I'm going to bring in some tiles. You think, well, tiles really small? How's this going to work? What about that?
Oh, wow.
Bring it together.
Yeah.
Try it a different way. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to follow the instructions on there because of course we know they're on there. I'm just going to go a bit freehand and see where it leads us.
All right.
So to start with, I'm just going to bring in a pencil and I'm going to draw straight over the tiles. The tiles, by the way, I've used a little bit of low-tack tape on the back, just held them in place. And of course, I do cut these by hand, so if a little, one of them are a little bit bigger than the other, please don't worry about it. We can trim it after if you need to. But there's another way of looking over that as well. So there's my main sort of jellyfish shape. Let's bring in that sort of, here we go, shell kind of shape here. So I'm going to just bring that in there. That's our start of our shell kind of shape. I do apologise if it's a bit tricky to see on this, but I'm going to bring a metallic in a minute and show you where that leads.
Just see it a bit on the red.
Yeah, just see it on there. So that's the sort of the first starting point. So on the sort of the this hot pink, which is out the bright tiles, I'm just going to come on in and I'm just going to draw. Let's have a look. That top section there. Just so we can do that. And if I bring in, I am going to use the silver. I'm not having a silver day today. There we go. So you can just see that's where it's sort of headed. Okay. And then if I bring my pencil in, I'm going to split up that space.
Okay.
Sort of into 3. Okay. And then before I go any further, I'm just going to add a little bump on the top of that shell. So if I then come in with my silver pen, and I'm just going to create some sort of little bumps within bumps, if that makes sense.
Bumpity bumps.
There we are, look. Little bumps there. Just sort of within the shape I've just drawn. Let's do the same again. I'm just going to put one on top of the other.
Okay.
There we go. Just working my way around there. And then I'm going to put just a little one on the end. A little one on the end there. And if I draw in that sort of shape that I used the stencil for earlier, again I'm going to put a little bit of a wobble on it. There we go. Just so we get a little bit of something that's not so pristine. And then there's that technical term, the only one I use, the word aura. I'm going to draw that shape inside that shape there. There we go. Maybe put a couple little lines coming off it there, just so it looks a bit like it's been drawn in there. And then our sort of shape here, I'm going to come in with a series of, and this is where it starts to get fun, because you can come in with your black pen and your gel pens at the same time and create something that's quite different. There we go.
There's so many comments coming through, as there was last time. Elizabeth says, I love Sanntangle. I'm one of Sandra's tanglers. Tanglers.
There we go.
Getting me tanglers and me jigglers mixed up. Teresa says, I love to watch Sandra. I never thought I could do this. But following Sandra makes it achievable, even if you're not artistic. Thank you, Sandra, says Teresa
You're
Sanders.
welcome. I'd love to see what you're doing. It's, yeah, be great.
And Sheila Walter says, I've got new goodies coming my way.
Oh, hi Sheila.
Sandra, your memory book looks stunning. I could watch you Sanntangle all day long.
Oh, do you know what? You get more fun, honestly, out of doing it yourself. Don't just sit and watch me. Try it.
Yeah.
You know, these shapes that I'm drawing, they're not tricky at all. And they don't have to be perfect. It's your version of whatever it is we're creating here. So just sort of have a go. I mean, I'm working very quickly here, of course. You'd be taking your time, and maybe you would draw this in with pencil first because it's a larger piece. But you can see where this sort of shape's starting to take off now. And of course, then we can add extra shapes within shapes. I mean, you could put whatever design or tangle or pattern in here you want to add in. It's entirely up to you. But of course, as I say, you would sort of take your time there.
It's such a great craft, though, to take on the go, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
it
The fact that you don't
is.
need a lot of, you don't really need tools or machines or anything like that. And I've seen you like in between shows out there in the cafe today, just tangling away.
I do, yes. It is a passion of mine, and if I don't have a pen in my hand, I think I said that earlier, I do get a little bit tetchy.
A bit tetchy and twitchy.
So yeah, it's yeah. Some people reach for the coffee, I reach for a pen. So you can see how that's sort of started. But we've got these sort of long kind of tendrils going on. How do we do those? Well, let's have a look at this. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to create a swirl. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to pick it up with this colour as I go down. Okay, there we go. And then if I start with this one here, I'm going to start at the end, and I'm going to come to about halfway with this sort of shape here, create a line. Okay, so we can do this one now because that one was a little bit tricky because it's underneath. And then one here, and one here, and then one here. And you see, I'm just going to sort of change pen part way through.
Yeah.
One here, and one here. And then at the end, we could perhaps sort of add a little bit of a bobble there just to finish it. So there is one of our first sort of ways.
I'm laughing because I can't believe how quickly
it just
it comes to be.
Yeah?
It's just amazing.
Well, let's have a look at the starfish. How does that work?
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm going to draw it in pencil first. See, I've now got 3 pens in hand. Look at this.
Wow.
Take your time. You don't have to do this.
No.
Just haven't put them down yet.
No. Put them down in a minute.
There we go. I'll put them down. So yeah, we've got sort of the starting point here. And what I'm going to starting point.
Ah.
Oh dear, it is late. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a little curve. See where we've got the point? Create a curve. And then I'm going to come down and create a curve down here as well. And follow the shape round and draw it. You see where this is? I've given you that shape, but it's not going to end up as that shape.
Yeah.
It's going to be exactly what you create. And you've got that structure to help you. There it is. And let's bring in I don't know, little line sort of down here, and down here. You see how they're all sort of coming to the centre. There we go. And we can join it, or we can add some bubbles in there if we want to. And again, it's entirely up to you. But again, follow the instructions, and it'll show you how to do this. But you can add your own little bits and pieces. So what about the shell? Again, we go back to this. I've got a bit of a shell kind of shape here.
Yes.
I'm going to put one sort of down here. Actually, I'm trying to put it so you can see it, so bear with me. Okay, I'm going to put it there in the middle. All right. Coming straight in with pen again. I'm going to work with 2 pens, and I'm going to put a loop in the middle.
Okay.
Always, oh hang on, wrong way around. Always start in the middle, you see? There we go.
Do you improv tangle now you've got to a point, if you know what I mean? Like, do you just sort of just put a pencil in hand and just see where your mind takes you?
Yeah,
because I imagine
absolutely.
as a newbie, you're obviously going to follow the instructions that you put in the books, but I guess there comes a point eventually where you just, improv.
Yeah, and I think quite quickly you'll do something, and you might find, you do something, you think, do you know what, I'm not so sure about this, I'm not sure how this is working out, and I'm going to do my own thing. Or you naturally start to do your own thing anyway. So it's absolutely fine. There's no right or wrong here. It's all about what you feel and how you want to do it. See a bit of a shell shape there?
Yeah.
And let's join it. I think I'm going to add a couple of beads in as well. And this is where this comes in handy because, of course, I'm going to draw a bead, but I'm not going to draw all the way around. You see, I've left a gap because that's when we bring our pen up with a bit of string. We want to sort of have it so it looks like it's going through. And then wave it along and up to the top area there. So that gives us our shell. There's plenty of other shell shapes in there if you want to use them as well. So you can keep going and build it.
Yeah.
But what about just, like you say, going a bit freehand? We do add extra sort of bits in. Let's just bring in a bit of a waving. Now I can decide whether it's going to go underneath or over. It's going underneath. But this one is going to go over. And then here, it's going to come back under and around and along and fill it with little beads. Again, your metallics can come in on this or your coloured pencils, whatever you want to do. But that sort of covers everything you need in this particular design. So what do we do with it? Okay, we've drawn it and we've coloured it in and we've added it onto these 6 tiles and they look very pretty like this. But what if you take them apart? And I've got sort of a couple here I want to show you. Here you go. I've took them apart and I've actually matted them. I've just added a bit of a black layer around. I've done some inking around the edge. So this one would be there. This one would be here. See, I've got a bit of glitter in there as well. So you see how it starts to form because I've matte and layered. This one look with the pink or the reddish colour.
Yeah.
This one with the black. But let me bring in the rest of it now. So you see all the little bits and pieces. Here is the rest of it.
Oh my goodness me.
So if I actually now bring in these individual tiles, and again I've been a bit creative here. One of them I've got little foam pads on and one of them I've just got double-sided.
Yeah.
And I've left a gap in between each one just to sort of separate it slightly. And then again, see, I've got double-sided tape on this one, so you're getting that sort of three-dimensional element at the same time.
Do you find most of your tanglers are they creating for cards, or because I just see, when I see this, I just think home decor pieces and just frame the. But do you know what I mean? Frame the lot of them.
Do you know I've got tanglers that do cards, but I've got tanglers that do art pieces like this as well. And it's nice to have the ability to do both. So you could do a fish, a single fish. Let me show you one actually on a tile. There's that jellyfish again. Look.
Oh yes.
There we go. So you could do a single fish on a tile. You could do the anchor on a tile.
Yeah.
See, I've got a little ship on a tile. All those are in the stencils, but then create something bigger if you want to. But you see from there, like that's one completely done on a solid piece. But here, look at that extra bit of interest that it's sort of added to it, using the different colour tiles, also then matting and layering, adding your own glitter and adding a bit of colour. It's just beautiful, isn't it? I'm so proud of that one. I love it. That's going to go definitely in the gallery.
Yeah.
But it's really nice to do.
I mean, it's just phenomenal. And again, hopefully you're seeing, and you saw a snapshot of this, I think, last time that Sandra was in, just how achievable this is and how quickly I think that you'll be, working with these instructions and creating your own tangles. How mindful it can be. And how much fun it can be as well. This is the point. This collection, so if you want to start being able to create all of these different characters, the owls, the dragons, and all of the sea creatures there as well, you're going to get the full instructions all written up beautifully for you, all diagrammed up for you as well. So it makes it nice and easy to follow. And as I say, whether you're creating owls, sea life, or indeed whether you want to create, masterpieces like this, or indeed, I love the fact with this how to draw and tangle your dragon, you can create the cute dragon who looks like he couldn't blow any fire if he tried to this dragon here who looks like he could cause you a bit of damage, but everything is done for you in those booklets. You get all of the stencils to be working with as well, and I know so many of you are going for this collection this evening. Start your journey, and very quickly I think you'll see just how addictive it is, but B, how quickly you can progress with this craft as well. Everyone saves 10% today, £46 or $66.49. However, if you are a Platinum member, or indeed if you are one of Sandra's Sanntanglers and you are here just because of her, we love you for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed the day. We hope you've enjoyed all of Sandra's appearances as well. And just to say a big thank you to you guys, you can join up in our Platinum Club today for free, or join Club Inspire I should say, for free, and you will get that Platinum price for your first purchase. Just head to the website, click on the Club Inspire button, and you can join up. It'll take you 2 minutes. As I say, it's free to do, so £36.80 or $53.19 is your Platinum price. Now, I just want to say a massive thank you to Dawn, who's been in touch with us. Dawn Nordstrom, you messaged a few moments ago and said that you were going to send in some pictures. Thank you for sending in your email. It's touched a lot of us actually, and the guys in the gallery have read it as well. And we're so sorry that you've had like such a really tough time. And you know, I don't want to go into all of it, but you've obviously been through a really tough time. It's a horrible thing to go through what you've been through. However, light at the end of the tunnel that you found with us here at Crafters TV, and it's just so kind of like heartwarming that you found us. You've joined the family here, you said, through your friend Joy Sampson, who you guys will know from the video, the lady who says there's magic here. And Dawn just goes on to sort of say that there is. She says, you've all saved me from what was quite a depressing time. You've lifted me up with your love and support and brought her back to creating through what was a very tough time. And she just wants to say thank you to all of you guys, and thank you to us for what is an amazing crafty family. But she also just wants to say a big thank you to you, Sandra, as well, because she enjoyed your first appearance. She's enjoying that you're back again, and she's had a go at Sanntangling and found this really fun to do, and she thought she'd share some of her pictures.
That's just so lovely. It's really nice just to know that I've helped a little bit, and in a sense I've done very little. You've actually done that. You've picked the pen up and you've done it. So I'm really proud of you, and thank you for sharing that. It's just lovely. Yeah. And I love that tangle. Yeah. It's just lovely, isn't it? Look at that. And that's, I mean, the practice page in book 1 as well. She's just done a fabulous job. Yeah, Dawn, well done. And again, thank you so much for your email. And, you know, we're obviously we're with you. We just love so much that you found us and that you've made so many friends with us, and we love the fact that you know, craft is giving you that pick me up, and that this particularly you're absolutely loving, as we've seen from those pictures there as well. It looks like you're doing a fantastic job, so stay part of the family, stay watching us here at Crafters TV, and of course lots more inspiration to come as well. Right, this collection proving very popular, and we are now going back to look at all right, Debbie. Just let Debbie go. Oh, God. Just hold it up. Look at this. You have to lift that up again. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Dragon. Dragon. Wow. This is the original. This is what I actually drew to create the instructions. So this is what we're going to have a go at. You see, look, adding that extra little bit of a frame round it and doing your extra tangles. That's just phenomenal. Lovely, isn't it? Just lovely. But it's easy. Huh? It's easy. It's easy. That's easy, that is. I'm going to show you. It's easy. Come on then. It's easy. Okay. So I did say again we were going to use tiles, so I've gone a little bit bigger this time. Here we go. So I've used 9 tiles. Again, just tape them off on the back because I want to separate them a little bit afterwards. Okay. And where do we start then? So we've got two stencils here. This one, you can sort of see the S shape. This is our dragon's body. You've got all the parts for the face here, and then on this side, you've actually got the wing. And what I've actually done with this one is certainly with the body, you've got different sort of poses, so you can bring it round, which I'm going to do in a minute, and up, or round and bring the tail down. And on here, you see you've got the wing. You can have it wider or narrower. You could have it longer or shorter. So there's lots of variations that you can choose what to do with it. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time on this, which is why we're only sort of looking at maybe 2 demos this time, because it's nice to see. How long did it actually take you start to finish to create the picture? When I'm drawing and I'm going for it, I could draw something within 20 minutes. I could have a design. But then, of course, it's drawing it and then saying, how can I get other people to draw this? It's not about me drawing. It's about you out there being able to use this to recreate what I've just produced. Yeah? Okay. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to draw, again, with a pencil. I'm working sort of, I'm going to come up this way a little bit. And I'm going to draw this letter S shape, you see. And then as I get down here, I've got to then decide which one I'm going to go into. So I could make it a bit smaller as well, see. I'm going to go with this one. And then I could go along here, or I could go up. So I'm going to follow this one and go along here, because there I've got sort of the edge of the tail, so to speak, okay? And just a quick look at my instructions whilst we're doing it. There we go. There you go, that's exactly what I've done here.
Yes.
And then we're going to sort of form the head shape. How do we do that? So you see that at the moment I've just got this sort of letter S going into an 8 kind of shape. So we're going to start with this bubble here. And again, you might want to sort of use just a pencil for this. I'm going to start with that bubble. And then see this shape here? Let's sit that on the top. Okay, so far so good.
Yep.
Not difficult at all. And then we've got this sort of horn shape here. I have put things sort of as close as I can to give you the idea of what's happening, but not to sort of say, oh, it's got to go in this position, it's got to go in that position. There we go, first horn. Then we've got the larger horn that sits just sort of inside. And again, I'm looking at my instructions and I'm deciding whereabouts this is going to be. So already it's going to be a completely different dragon to the one I've drawn, because I'm putting the shapes in a different place. So here we go, back to these little bits here, and I'm back onto that circle, and I'm creating that rectangle there, and this rectangle, brought it in, and I'm going to do it here, and then this rectangle, I'm going to join it there. So at the minute it's just a load of shapes, nothing much, but you can start to see the head shape there. Okay, so let's take this shape on the top here now. I'm going to line it up maybe about there, and I'm going to draw that in as well. Okay, so far so good. Not difficult. All right, so next thing then, we're going to shape it a little bit. So I'm going to come in with my pen, and I'm going to add a little bit of a sort of nose shape on here. So you're going to go round that edge there, and then I'm going to bring it back in and along here, and then this one again, I'm going to put a little bit of a curve in, so I'm still working within that dragon sort of mouth kind of shape, but I'm just adding the odd little curve as it goes. There we go. Of course it wants teeth.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you can make it as vicious as you want.
Oh, wow, all right.
Or you know, as nice as you want, but you know, a dragon, as I used to say, does eat sheep.
What did you just say? A dragon eats sheep?
It does eat sheep, yeah. Dragons do eat sheep.
Do they?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know really what a
they do.
dragon's main sort of diet is, but
Yeah. I
sheep.
think I'm going to just move that a little bit further back.
Yep.
Let's put that in there. So here we go. Let's put that shape back in. Let's bring it a little bit further back here. There we go. Do that straight in pen. And then if I put a little bit of an angle here, and a little bit of a curve there, fill it in. There's our eye. Okay.
Is anybody else like boggled like as to how quickly this comes together? As you see like a selection of shapes, and all of a sudden it just like jumps off the page.
Yeah, and of course, I say the instructions are there for how to do this, so don't think you've got to remember all this. It's all there for you in there. So this is sort of starting. This gives us our head shape. I've left the circle just for now. I might come back and change that just in a short while. I'm going to come back to this shape, you know, the one that I did to create the eye there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just use the end, and I'm going to put in another one there. You see, just slightly offset, so it looks like we've started to get scales in there. And then the next one, here we go. So again, I'm going to use the same shape, but I'm focusing on this back end here. And what I'm going to do is bring in, I mean, we did mention earlier you don't have to use the whole shape.
No.
You can just use a section of it if you want to. And then I'm now going to follow this letter S going around. And again, I might actually just sort of move now to pencil, just to sort of see where they're going to go in. Again, you see I'm using it to create these scales, but I'm just using sections of it. See how they're a little bit smaller than that one?
Yeah.
And again.
Obviously using pencil for the initial sort of marking.
Yeah.
The pen which you've used, is that sort of similar then, like the art liner pens that we've got, that kind of thing?
Yeah, that kind of thing, yeah. These are more archival.
Right.
So if you wanted to ink over these afterwards, you'd be able to do that. Your art pens are great for spritzing with. So you could draw something a bit spritz because they're more water-based. yeah, same sort of thing. So you see how this sort of scale's started to work here?
Yeah.
Now, if you're confident enough, you could come in then and you could draw your own, but of course that stencil's there to help you create those sort of shapes going all the way around. And then of course the reason I've done it in pencil, as you can see, because here we're going to have this sort of crossover here of this sort of design kind of shape coming in. So I would perhaps come back over, you see, and add in some of those shapes there. Make sense?
Yes.
So there we go. We've got our dragon head, we've got the scales starting off, coming all the way around, and giving us the tail section. This takes us, that's step 12. There we go, step 12 there. If we turn the page then, it shows us the scales, and then here we've got an extra bit of the body to put in. So again, with a pencil, I'm going to come around and I'm going to follow that line that I did originally and create a second sort of body shape there, you see? So it's like another S, but bringing it round, and separate some of the sections off there with my pencil. Just sort of following it round, you see? And then come on in with my pen, and I'm going to, you know, we just created those sort of like bubble shapes on the jellyfish. We do the same sort of thing. Look, I'm just creating little bumps. There we go, along there. So
Debbie's taken her seat in the comfy area of the studio.
Yeah.
I know because
there we go.
Debbie's got into Santangling, as has our Craig as well. You
Yeah,
guys both given it a go.
We did a tile swap, Craig and I, the other day. So
Oh, did you?
we did, yeah. We actually did one here live when I was here last, and then we decided we were going to swap on each other's, so we did.
Next time you're in, if I'm in with you, I'm going to give us a go with you.
Do you know, that'd be fantastic if you would. Yeah,
I'm up for it.
absolutely. Yeah, you can see that there now I've got sort of more of the body shape, and you can see where the scales are starting to come in. So next we need to sort of focus on wings.
Yeah.
I have done this. I will show you that in a bit later, but of course there's a lot to sort of cover. So again, I'm just going to use a pencil, and I want to sort of think, right, where is my wing going to come in? Maybe sort of here on the body. So I'm just going to put myself a line in to help me. Okay, just to sort of give me an idea. And then here we've got the wing shape. So let's have a look. Again, don't have to use all of it. I can use whichever amount I want to do. I'm going to sort of, there's my line that I've just drawn. Just so when I turn it over, I know where I'm working from. And again, you can do this, I would do it in pencil, but I'm going to just show you in pen where we sort of head. So I'm going to go to the top here. I'm going to use this line, come on down here. And again, I can decide to go longer or shorter with my wing. So you're in control, you're the one that's deciding what you're going to do. Just looking there, I've got a little bit of body in there as well. So you see that's where I've got the shape. See, there's the wing.
Yeah.
So if I put a little bit of a point on the top of the wing there, join these pieces together. See there, you're not going to see much because I've still got body in there to draw. And again, I'm just going to come round now, and I'm going to create a curve here. Having said that, you can use, you've got some curvy points to sort of help you, but I like to sort of gauge it, so I know where I'm going. There we go, to there. And then this one is going to come up to here as well. And that one, see, it's going to go sort of behind the body. There's your wing. Okay. All I need to do then is go from here, excuse me, turn the wing over, line it up again, with that line that I drew. See, because I've got my pen marks.
Yeah.
And then I would draw in the second wing. Once I've done that, don't think your stencil's ruined. Look, it just wipes off.
Okay.
And I'm just going to bring in, I've got one drawn now so you can see it, but it's on an actual piece of paper rather than the tiles, but bear with me, just so you get an idea. Here he is.
Wow.
Here's the wings, both sides, and here's the guy drawn in his full glory.
That's amazing.
Okay? So from exactly what we've just done,
Yeah.
it's just that I've not put them on tiles. So then where the fun begins, you can start to tangle in it. You can colour it as it is if you want to, but you might decide, you know what, I want to do a bit of tangling. Let's just bring a couple of bubbles in here so it looks a bit like maybe a little lining, so it's like a little nut and bolt.
Yeah.
So if you're into your steampunk, this
like
would be fabulous.
Metallic dragon.
There we go. You see where we just sort of go around and add those in. And of course in the wing shapes, we're going to do that, remember that word aura? And I'm just going to follow that shape, create a line. So I'm just getting a shape within a shape now, so just following what I've already drawn. And of course your curves are going to be in a different place to mine. Your wings are going to be different. Everything's going to be varied. So we just work on this bit here. I'm looking again at my instructions. I'm just moving on a little bit. That's the body. Let's turn it over. See, it shows me the tangle that I've used here. Yeah? We have a look at that then. So start top or bottom, doesn't matter. I'm going to start at the top and work down. It's a curl. And then I'm going to come this way with it. See?
Yeah.
And then this way. And then this way. And then this way.
This is amazing.
And then this way.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to keep going. You see when it gets a little bit wider, you're going to sort of break out into smaller sort of swirls. They get a bit bigger. Just sort of working my way around as they go. There we are. And again, if you wanted to just sort of draw this and then paint it or colour it how you want it, that's fine. But you know what? Adding these extra tangles in really makes the difference.
Yeah.
This is where your depth and your dimension starts to come in, and of course that unique design that you've got.
Of course, we have got colours on your show as well. Haven't we? We've got the gel pens, the dual brush pens as well, which you'll find.
Yeah, which again you could draw. You could actually draw it with that, then spritz it a little, let it run just a little bit.
Yeah.
Let it dry off, and then go back over with a black pen, and you've almost got like a watercolour effect. That would be amazing. See here, I'm just sort of going in and I'm filling in any of the gaps that I've got there with a little bit of a shape. Again, it's going to be completely different. And this is where you could start to bring in, if you want, you could fill it with black, or you could bring in those brush pens. Here you go. Let's use a bit of a red. And this is why that brush is really good, because it just fills things in. It's not sort of a soft paint brush. It's a little bit tougher than that. So it's specifically for filling in areas.
And these are water-based, aren't they?
They are water-based, yeah, so you could actually add water to them and things like that as well. You see, just adding a touch of colour in, that's all it needs. So let's have a quick look at the curls as well. On the bottom of the wings.
You've got details on the bottom of your screen of the brushes there. 16 brush pens you've got, but of course dual brush pens, water-based as well for you. Those are proved very popular today, actually. £13.99, $20.29.
They're really nice, really nice. Just going to do one of these bodies, and I'm going to bring in my my finished piece so you can see where I'm headed. I'm just going to sort of do a random series of lines. I'll do a couple on this here. Again, this is where you could bring the colour in, because I've done this. They come in with the fine liner.
Yeah.
And I'm going to draw inside each of those shapes now. And when I get to the corners, I'm just going to sort of round them off. So you're sort of getting this kind of almost like crazy paving look.
Yeah.
There we go. And then, of course, whether you decide to colour it in or whether you decide to use your pencil and tortillon to add the shading. You see there, look, it looks amazing, doesn't it? Just those little bits of colour.
I don't think I've ever been so quiet in a one-hour show as I have over the course of this last hour, honestly.
So little bit of pencil in on those.
Yeah.
And of course, if you've got your white chalk pencil, if you're using colour, you could bring that in. See, I'm not colouring, I'm just adding a touch of pencil. Little bits in here. There we go. Let's do a little bit in those as well. Bring that tortillon in, and we're just going to soften it off a bit.
We've got those still available, I think, as well, haven't we?
Yeah, these are an absolute dream. They're a must, because they're going to give you that three-dimensional element. And rather than you spending hours colouring if you don't want to, just giving you a little bit of shading there. Yeah. Works wonders. It's brilliant.
Bottom of the screen for your tortillons, £4.50, $6.52. I must just quickly read some comments here, because I've, as I say, mesmerised, and I'm literally loads of comments have come through, and I've not read any of them. Sorry, I've been engrossed that you guys have. Dieta says, this is so interesting. Barbara, frozen, watching this for the last half an hour. Susan says, I'm tangling as I watch. Kirsty D says, I tend to do some tangling at work on post-it notes, especially if I'm waiting for something to print out or if the computer's running slow.
Yeah.
Sheila says, thank you, Crafters TV, for bringing Sandra and her Sanntangle products to crafters in the US.
Fantastic. Thank you for watching.
Well, this is amazing. Sandra says, Sherry says, thank you, Sandra, for such a relaxing educational demonstration. Pam E's ordered the dragon.
I love it.
And Alison said, I had to undergo some dental treatment over 9 days, and Sandra and tangling kept me calm and made the time fly by. Totally hooked now, and I tangle every day. Thank you so much, Sandra.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, I have covered how to draw it, and I've covered a few areas for tangling, but I just want to bring us back to remember where we used coloured tiles. Again, once you've drawn it on this particular piece, you can take it apart, and what I've actually done with the final piece, I've actually inked every single tile with a dark blue ink.
Yeah.
Say dark blue, here we go, here it is. This is the one, Midnight.
Yep.
One of your range. So yeah, inked it with that colour, and I'm just going to bring it in. Now, what I've done is I've actually sort of not done it evenly on purpose. So when you look at it, don't think, oh, she's got these wrong. I haven't. Because what I've done is I've actually started at a level, but then I've started to twist them about. And then at the bottom here, I've actually cut a tile, and it's sort of falling off the page.
I mean,
and again, all I've done with this, I've drawn it just as you've seen, and I've used a black pen, I've used a pencil and a tortillon and a white chalk pencil, and a little bit of my metallics to add a touch of silver just around there. And look at him. He's absolutely stunning, isn't he? Absolutely. And just how it falls off. So when you use tiles, don't just look at them and think they're just a square, and what do I do with them, and I can't do much. Put them together, cut them up, try something a little bit different. And this is the kind of thing you can achieve. It's just, I'm proud of this one. And when I actually did it, because, I mean, John sort of sits there and he goes, yes, dear, and all, you know, as they do. But when he saw this, he actually looked twice and he went, oh, that's really good. And for my husband to say that's really good.
That's like praise indeed.
He looked with me. It's really good, so I absolutely love it. And I really, really wanted to take the time. So thank you for being patient with me, and thank you for letting me do that, just to sort of give the time to actually go through and show you how to do this beautiful piece.
I think everybody's enjoyed it. Everybody's in like a Sanntangle coma. They're just absolutely loving the fact that you've taken the time to do it. And it's worth seeing, isn't it? To show how easy it is.
You would never realise, would you, how you create that just from those shapes. And you've now seen how you do it. You just work it from one squiggle, one line to that. And I just love it. I'm so proud of that myself.
The whole process of it is just absolutely mesmerising, and almost, like, if you didn't see that with your own eyes, if you didn't sit and watch the last 20 minutes, half an hour, you would never believe how that was created and how achievable it is. It blows my mind, honestly. So many comments coming through. Susan said, this is one of the most mindful arts that I have ever done. I've become so much calmer since I started.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, brilliant.
Fred171 says, I've given these to ex-servicemen and first responders to help with PTSD.
Wow. Yeah, excellent.
Pammy just says these are amazing. Dawn, lovely Dawn, who we mentioned earlier on, says these are stunning. And the dragon wings are dimensional, says Nikoni. Speechless, in awe.
But you can do it. That's the thing. This is not just me showing you a lovely piece of artwork. I'm showing you how you can do it. So it's not just about me, it's about what you can do out there. I'm just giving you the tools, and then you off you go and do your thing. And I love that. I love to see what people have done with it.
Yeah.
Imagine this twisted together. You've got a pair.
Yeah.
I know that on my Sanntangle Facebook group there is one of those that they've done a pair, so that might be worth looking at as well.
Just for those, we're going to recap on this and just have a final quick look at the Tiles, Tangles and Techniques books. For people who do perhaps want to kind of find more about you after you've gone home tonight, you're on all the social channels, I guess.
I am, yes, yeah. If you look for Sandra Rushton Artist, that's where all the videos are that accompany all the books. If you want a bit of inspiration, go to the Sanntangle group page. They're lovely on there. They'll welcome you. They'll answer your questions.
Yeah.
And they'll, give you advice if you want it. But it's just lovely to see what other people have done with these stencils. So yeah, they're all on there.
And I'll keep that promise next time if I'm in when Sandra's in, because Fred171 says, Ben, me giving Sanntangling a go, that would be Santastic.
Oh, brilliant.
See what you... Hey, leave the puns to me. No, very good, very good. If you want to go for the collection here so that you've got the ability to create that amazing dragon. It's in the bundle, details of which are on your screen right now. It's the Owls, Dragons and Sea Life stencils bundle. Just over half of the stock has already disappeared. More people will continue to shop as we head through the show. You've got the booklet, you know, with all of the instructions in there. Again, when you break it down, no one would ever believe it, would they? Like, you're going to be able to do this, even if you've maybe never picked up a pen or a pencil before. You've got the ability to create that dragon that you've just seen on your screen just by following these step-by-step instructions with, of course, the stencils that you get with each and every one of these booklets. I mean, it is just amazing. Mind-boggling, mesmerising, whatever superlatives you want to throw at it, it is just brilliant. You've also got the Meet the Family of the owls, so again you can create kind of mummy owl, daddy owl and the little baby owls in there as well. But look again at the kind of things that you are able to create, full instructions, everything that you need as far as the creation of those is concerned. And then within this bundle you've also got your Sea Life set, so again creating that gorgeous I think he said unicorn then, that is definitely
that would definitely be different.
It's definitely not a unicorn, it's definitely a seahorse, but you've got your little fishies in there, you've got your ship in a bottle, and once again all of the instructions step by step. Everybody can do this, and you're going to get the stencils to go with that as well. Over half the stock has gone, as I've said. Really great buys that for £36.80 platinum, or $53.19 if you're shopping with us in the US and you're a platinum member. Let's have a quick look before we wrap up at the books. So Tiles, Tangles and Techniques, book number 3, 60% of the stock has gone here. You're saving 20% shopping with us today. Platinum price £15.99, $23.19. And again, Sandra, if I just have a little quick flick through here, what does sort of book number 3 focus on? And just reiterate the point that you don't have to have got book 1 and 2 to use this, do
No,
you?
not at all. Book 3, again, it sort of follows the journey through lockdown that we sort of had as a tangling community.
Yeah.
And this one focuses on 12 tiles, but you start to look at different shaped tiles. So you can make circles, you can do a hexagon, you can do a triangle. So don't think they have to stay square. And of course, it's 12 completely different tangles and tiles that you will have seen before. You've got some practice pages in there as well that you can have a look at and try a few things out. Look at that one, it's just fab, isn't it? But then you see this one here, actually, this is where we cut it up and do different things with it. So this one on the square sort of L-shaped one, yeah, we cut tiles up and have a bit of a play. But this also focuses on colour and how you can apply colour to those tangles that you've actually created as well. So little bits of hints and tips starting to come through for that, and how you could start to, you know, create crafty bits rather than just tiles with it now.
I tell you what, it is a chunky old book, is this. There is plenty to get your teeth into here, plenty of instruction, plenty of tutorial in there as well. I won't flick through it all because I know a lot of you just like to have a little surprise as to what's all in there, but plenty as far as instructions concerned. Book number 3 is $15.99 or $23.19, and then we've got book number 7. Loads of stock of this has gone over the course of the show. We are at 3/4 has now disappeared, so if you've waited till the end of the show to go for book number 7, now is the time to be jumping in and grabbing it. Got the instructions here for 30 new tiles, and the inspiration £17.59, $25.51. Again, Sandra, just give us a bit of a snapshot as what we're going to get here.
Oh, 30 tiles. Yeah, I went a bit crazy with this one. You've got 30 tiles in there. It takes us from the Facebook videos 101 to 130. It talks to you about, see, you've got my pens in there, how you can bring colour, the tiles in colour, and it shows you how I've coloured them. So again, I think we've got one where we could in pink and see.
Yeah.
Shows you how other people have created these tiles.
These are amazing. No word of a lie. When I flicked to this earlier on, I was like, well, these must be yours.
No, they're not mine. They've got their names on. So
yeah.
It's all your work out there. That's not mine. It's what you've done. See, some have done pages there. And again, we've cut a tile, you see on the bottom there, we've cut a tile in 2 and put them end on end, so you've got a longer piece. So all sorts of things you can do with it.
£17.59 platinum, $25.51. Can I just say what an absolute pleasure it's been to have you with us again, Sandra. And I know all of our viewers have absolutely loved seeing you again. You've been absolutely mesmerised, and I think so many of you, I think, were already tangling anyway, and you come back and want more goodies. But I think for those of you who've seen Sandra for the first time, you'll be buying at least something from this particular show. So thank you so much, and thank you to Dobby as well.
Thank you to Dobby as well. I think he's sat at the back. He's had enough. Look, he's ready with the car keys.
Where? Oh, he's there. He's there on the sewing machine.
He's there. Yeah.
Ben Dole just wants to say thanks to Dobby as well, because they made friends.
Yeah, they did make friends earlier. They've got photographs and they've swapped, WhatsApp and all that kind of thing. Yeah, so they'll
be. We'll both tangle with you next time.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah. Massive thank you to that's Ben Dole. Massive thank you to Sandra. But listen, the show is not over. We are another hour of creative cravings to come. And if you want big savings we can do for you. We've got 2 products we're going to bring to you in just a few moments' time with 70% off. All that's coming up. Get to the checkouts, check out your Sanntangle deals, and we will be right back with you in just a moment.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Make your die cutting tools last as long as your love for crafting with the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates. Your metal dies are put under lots of pressure with each pass through your Gemini die cutting machine. So to make sure they cut crisp, clean, delicate designs for years to come, you need to look after your dies, and that's where the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates come in. Quick Buy, get yours now. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery.
This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome back to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us. What a day it's been. Massive thank you to the lovely Sandra, and so much love coming in from you guys as well on the socials. So thank you for all of that. I'm no doubt that Sandra will be back with us again in the very near future. But for the final 55 minutes, it is me and the lovely Debby Robinson, my TV wifey, bringing you some amazing deals. We're also, by the way, going to refocus on the Academy of Colour, because that has been flying out once again. If you've missed the boat on that, full recap and also a little bit of a snippet of the classes for you in just a bit. However, let's kickstart this little section of the show with an unbelievable buy on the Twirling Characters. I can't believe that we're doing this deal. It's a 70% saving, and let me just put this in your mind for a second here. The price at the bottom of the screen, that price there, you would think, wouldn't you? You'd go, oh, which one do I pick? Wouldn't you? You'd think, which one do I pick of the characters Ben's about to show me? I'm telling you, you're going to get all of them. I mean, who came up with that idea? Not me, but don't miss out on this deal. All of these characters you're going to get for £13 and change, $16.71. These are fun. The kids will absolutely love crafting with these as well, and whoever you make your projects for, the recipients will love these, because what these dies and stamps allow you to do is create these really cute characters, and then with a bit of your cotton thread, like the invisible thread that you can get, you can attach them to their apertures, wind them up before you send them, and then when the recipient opens the cards, the characters spin around. They're brilliant. They all come with their own little apertures, as you can see here, and they also all come with their own little sentiments as well. So you've got the ability to create the front and back of your characters with the stamps. You've got little additional stamps to help decorate your card with as well. You've got the dies to be able to cut out the characters, the aperture to be able to pop your character in, and as I said, some really, really lovely sentiments to go with them as well. And the characters are so cute. You've got your butterfly in there, then you've got your busy bumblebee, and the great thing about these is that you can interchange the different characters. Like the characters will fit in all of the different apertures should you wish. This is the really cute little birdie sending joy, sending good thoughts, sending hope and love. Love the fact as well that all of the apertures are different. We don't just give you, like, you know, circles or squares. The apertures add to the fun of the characters that you've got, like with the kitty cat here, whose aperture is a fishbowl. Of course it is. He comes complete with his own fish, and he comes with one of my favourite sentiments, which says the dog did it. I just love that. Looking perfect, looking awesome, looking feline. There is cats all over. They'll just sit, won't they? And look at the goldfish. One disappears. They'll blame it on the dog. My cat currently is enjoying the fact that our guinea pigs that Daisy's got, they spend a bit of time in the back garden now, and we put them in this little cage. The cat's never been out in the garden so much. She's 20 years old, doesn't normally leave the house, but as soon as she sees the guinea pigs are out there, she sits there forever, just watches them. And now and again, the paw just goes through the cage, and she's like that. Then the guinea pig's like, and go into their little tunnel. It's very cute. It's very cute. They love each other, really, and no guinea pigs are harmed in the entertainment of my cat. There's the dog, and whilst the cat said the dog did it, the dog said the cat did it. And look, the cat, he gets his own little bone and his little ball. He gets a doghouse, and you can put him literally in the doghouse as well when you send him spinning to your recipient. There's that beautiful elephant that we saw right at the top of the show a little bit earlier on with Debbie. Brilliant. I think this one particularly for your new baby cards. And again, love the fact that he's got a little balloon aperture, and then you've got your really cute unicorn as well. It comes with that sort of pennant aperture. This is a wonderful selection, and as I've said, if I said to you choose one for that price, you'd be like, all right, that's not a bad deal. I'm telling you, tonight, have everything that I've just shown you for that price. If you do not grab these tonight at this price, well, you're never going to buy them, because that is just ridiculous, isn't it, Debbie, that deal?
I mean, look at what you're getting.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous.
For the money, just look at what you're getting. And then you've got that lovely spinning, twirling character, that lovely kinetic movement to each one of your cards. And I'll show you that. I've wound mine up. Make sure when you've sending it in the post or giving it to somebody, make sure you've wound it up so that when you open it up, and I'm trying to get your fingernails in there without, come on, Debbie, come on, let's just open it up from top.
Go on.
Ready? Woo! Love it. Is that what the unicorn makes? Is that the noise it makes?
Same noise as a horse, isn't it?
Oh, well, of course. Yeah. They're absolutely gorgeous. And you've got that lovely spirit. The only thing that you're going to add to this, to your collection, is your thread.
Yes.
That's all you need, a bit of thread. So I'm going to show how easy they are to put together now.
Please.
And I love that idea that each individual character has got its own individual aperture.
Yeah, it's cute.
And I'm going to use that lovely twirling dog. I love this one. And again, when you take a look, these are all your dies. That's the aperture that creates, I mean, look, little doghouse.
In the
Just
doghouse.
so cute. With its lovely little doghouse, smaller miniature version, you've got your lovely little boat. Just share what Johnny
Johnny just said, Debbie said in the doghouse, and producer Johnny just said, we've all been there. Some people more than others, I think.
Absolutely. The character itself, now the die that cuts out the dog, cuts out the front and the back at the same time, so there's no need for a separate die because it does both. And you'll see that's the lovely little miniature dog, and you've got your little bowl, you've got your little bone, and then you've got the lovely just for you sentiment, I woof you.
I woof you.
I woof you.
Yeah.
And the cat did it.
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah, of course the cat did it.
Of course.
But yeah, absolutely fabulous. Now to create the aperture, let me just tell you in each one of your characters as well, you're also getting a pamphlet telling you how to create and each separate thing that you need to do.
Brilliant.
From down to literally putting your threads between the two. Everything's being explained. So even when you get this home at that ridiculously low price,
silly.
It's just fantastic. It's an amazing value. What I'm going to show you is how to create your aperture.
Brilliant.
Do you know when you want to create your aperture and you want to cut through different pieces as well? I've actually taken myself, and I've gone for a little dinky card for this one. I've gone by a 4x6.
Okay.
So it actually measures at 8x6, and I've just scored it in half at the 4-inch mark, and that's how I create a little 4x6. Now to measure that up and then start cutting through different mats and layers can be quite tricky. So for me personally, what I do, Ben, is, and I'll show you, I'll just lift that out because I don't want to cut through both ends, I just want to cut through this middle bit. But I'm going to pop on here my mat and layers. So I'm going to decorate this one, so I'm going to keep it plain to start with. Now there's a couple of ways you can do it. We've talked about using dotty tape pen before, but you could also use things like your low tack tape to hold your cardstock into place, position, pop it onto your panel, and then cut through the three pieces at that same time. But you will be rest assured that nothing's moving, and it's a lot easier to be able to create this aperture with those pieces intact and in place. So by that, I'm just going to hold that down there for a minute, Ben, before I actually put the aperture on. And then we're going to go in with the aperture as well.
Okay.
I'm going to go to this side because I quite like this idea. Lovely little house there. And then I'm going to hold that down with some low tack tape. So we'll just pop that down and then cut it as you would ordinary. Now I'm asking it a lot. I've got a 300 GSM cardstock, another 300 GM cardstock, and then I think it's a 210 on there as well.
810.
I'm asking it to cut a lot. And it is only a thin metal die. It's not a multimedia die.
Okay.
However, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a hint and tip on how you can create that aperture so that you've got it where all your panels will match. So you're not having to try and position it up and get it into place, and it can become, I've always said, make crafting easy. Make it easy for yourself. And by that I mean, when I take this off for a second, I know that it'll have probably cut through two pieces, Ben, not gonna lie, probably cut through two. Won't have cut through all three. That's a lot to ask of a thin metal die with such heavy cardstock weight. But I'm just going to lift off my tape again, pull that back. Let's just make sure I've got that little bit off because I can see another little pesky piece there, and take that off. But what it's done is, and remove that, it's cut through one piece, like so. Yep, it's cut through the other. Has it gone through? Yeah, I think we've got, wait a minute, just a little bit. Just don't worry about that because I can see it's just being held in by a few fibres. So I've cut through the two panels where they're perfectly placed into position.
Yes.
And then this last bit, I can pop the die back on because I know it wouldn't have gone through three pieces. I'm not daft. The Gemini is a fabulous machine. However, It's not a magic machine.
No.
Let's just get that out there.
It's not magic.
It's very powerful.
Yes.
It's very sort of strong machine, immense pressure, but it's not going to perform magic tricks in cutting through 100 sheets of cardstock in one go.
No.
Right, so pop that back through, but it's positioned it. It's positioned it so I know that I'm not having to try and work out where it's going to go. Just shove you through there. But it's positioned it perfectly into place. So that's the aperture taken care of, and then we've got the fun elements. We've got the stamps, and I'll show you what I mean in a moment, because these really are super cute. But now, let's take that off. And again, I mean, I've got some nice little pieces actually.
Yeah, I've got
that
some
I could
nice
reuse.
pieces.
I've got 3 houses there.
You have? You have?
3 little houses that I
You've got
can
a housing
use.
estate going on, haven't you?
So I'll pop those to one side.
Yeah.
But I know now that to create my little aperture, I've got the perfect pieces that fit through perfectly, and I'm not having to try and position or anything like that. I've got that perfect aperture.
Good tip.
Right, so that bit done. However, I have decorated one of mine.
Okay.
Shall I bring in the ones that I've done, just so
Sure.
you can see the stage that I've gone to?
Okay.
I've used one of my embossing folders. Do you know the wood grain one?
Yes.
I've used that one.
Very
Inked it with a
nice.
little bit of, I want to say seal brown, but
Seal
it's not. It's
brown?
fire brown. Fire brown. And I've inked over the top. And of course, do you know what I found in my little stash?
Where's that from?
From a Sarah signature range. And it was the nautical one. And I only realised because I think, I can't remember who it was that was on quite recently, used the Sarah signature nautical. It might have been our Craig, you know.
Nautical?
Nautical, yeah, there was a nautical one. It was, I think it might have been before your
I think
time.
that was
then.
before my time. I do not remember that one.
So it's just so, I just thought it worked really nicely, do you know, for the inside of a doghouse.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you've got the texture on the outside of the doghouse.
Yeah, so I want a bit of texture on the inside. I just thought, oh, that looks quite kind of cute.
Johnny's just gone,
What
it
did he
does look
say?
like that inside the doghouse. Yeah. He can confirm that that's what it looks like. By the way, loads of you commented just saying you can't believe this price. It's true. Miriam says that is a great price. Ridiculous, says Dawn. Less than 100 chances to buy these if you want them. I'm not joking you. These are flying out the door. You'd be a fool to miss out on this deal. Seriously. Even if you think to yourself, nah, will I use these? I mean, even if you don't, for 13 quid or $16, are you joking me? Just grab these. You've got these as a great present for somebody, even if you're not going to use them yourself.
That's just what I was going to say to you, Ben. I mean, you might not want them yourself, but goodness me, I bet you know a handful of crafters that would love it, and that's quite a lot of gifts in one fell swoop.
But why wouldn't you want them? I mean, seriously, it's the most fun collection ever. Leslie Tull has just said, show me some more ridiculous deals, Ben. I want to spend some money, says Leslie. Yeah, I will show you another ridiculous deal in a minute. If you want another 70% off a range, I'm going to do it for you before the end of the show. I'm going to take another 70% off a range on the show for you. All right?
Really?
Deal. I'm going to do it. Yeah.
You have told me about this, haven't you?
Huh?
You have told me about this, haven't
No,
you?
I've just decided just now.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ben's making executive decisions.
Yep, I am producing from the floor, Charlotte. Yes, I'm making executive decisions. I've just taken 70% off a deal, which I've got just under here.
Now, I've got all my pieces and my panels already, so we need to put a little character in there. So this is when we're going to bring in the stamps. So I'm going to bring in my stamps. Where have I put them? There they are.
Yep.
Super cute. And we're going to just use the front of the little dog, the back of the little dog.
Yeah.
We've got the little dog house. We've got the bones on
Are you
there.
more a dog
as well.
person or a cat person?
I'm a dog person, through and through.
Not bothered about cats?
No, sorry to all the lovely nation of cat lovers out there, but they're not for me.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yes,
fine.
I'm just not a cat person.
No.
One of my closest friends, he is uber a cat person.
Crazy cat guy.
Crazy cat couple. They love cats. They've got tons of cats.
Yeah.
But they're not for me.
No, that's fine.
Each to his own.
That's exactly right.
Exactly. So cute little doggy. Look how so cute
Cute.
he is. So cute.
Does look a bit like Charlotte's dog.
Yes. Oh my
Cute
God.
Time.
Charlotte's
You met
got
Time,
the
haven't you?
cutest little dog in the world. So she is just a beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you still dog sit for her, Ben? Not you, but does Laura?
No. Doesn't come around anymore.
She doesn't come anymore.
No, she's taken a bit of a break, but she's going to come back soon. Apparently, there's like negotiations taking place. Laura has put her prices up. And so I'm like the middleman, trying to wager a kind of a price between Laura and Charlotte, and I think we'll work something out over the course of the next few weeks.
Awkward. I wish I never brought it up now.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Hashtag,
Bless
you're in
you.
the doghouse now for asking that question.
Hey, I'm answer. But literally, all you're going to do is stamp up your images, and I suppose really it depends on how many you want and things like that. Obviously, we need the front and the back because we're going to put our thread through there in a moment. But I'm just going to show you. You do actually get your die to do all your cutting, and you simply, and I mean, I will just show you what I've done because I'm going to skid past the colouring, skip past the colouring, skip past the colouring, and we're going to go to that stage. So I'm going to show you. Literally, you've got the die that fits over the front, but also fits over the back. The stamp's been cleverly designed to work front and back. And then, of course, you've got your doghouse as well, so that's going to cut through there too. And then you've got your bones. Now, you've got your stamp that matches your bones, but I quite like the idea of having little white bones, so I've cut loads of little white bones out, but we'll come back to those in a moment, Ben. So I'm just going to put those back on there because when you have coloured them in, choice of colours, I mean, I use my tri-blends for mine, but when you do that little piece and die cut, look what happens.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. Can I just say as well, just whilst we're looking at these, so, you just asked a question, I can answer this one. Anne says, why does the doghouse have a chimney? Well, that's obvious, isn't it? Because it does have a chimney, you're right. The aperture has a chimney, but you know dogs, right? So if your dog's like my dog fetches a load of sticks, right? So then why does he fetch the sticks? He fetches the sticks to take them back to his doghouse because he's got fire. And if he's got fire, he needs the chimney. So that's why. If you've ever wondered why your dog collects so many sticks, it's to keep his fire going in his doghouse. Yeah. You're welcome.
Oh God, I can just imagine that satellite TV producer Johnny saying, satellite TV in their armchair,
all
newspaper.
These new doghouses, I tell you.
But again, just look what happens when you colour them in. They just come to life.
Yeah.
I've actually done a little stamp as well because I knew I was working with you. There were only one sentiment that worked with that.
I woof you.
I woof you.
I woof you too.
I woof you too.
No,
yes,
I
I
woof
woof
you
you too. And I've cut myself loads and loads of little bones. So I've got myself lots of little bones there as well. Now, we're going to put this together. However, what we need is a bit of twine. Now, I asked John because I don't have any, well, I probably do have some at home somewhere, but I couldn't locate any. So John kindly gave me, do you know, from the, it was the night before Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got this gorgeous, any will work. Invisible thread would work beautifully. And talk about a trick of the eye and an illusion, using invisible thread, and you twirling it up, you'd see it spinning, look like it's spinning mid-air. I've gone for this twine here. And what we're going to do is we're going to sandwich the twine in between the two pieces.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do first is put my twine in there, and I think I might use, a little bit, a bit of red liner tape.
Okay.
Why not? Just pop it in.
Got deals on the red liner tape on the website currently. 3mm and 6mm bundles. Don't forget as well, whilst Debbie's destroying the studio, that we have got the spring sale on the website right now as well, up to 70% off selected lines. Do shop the web right now. Also, you'll find the 3 for 2 on Spectrum Noir accessories as well, which runs till Saturday. And it's certainly Tiffany's 19th birthday, happy birthday, where you'll find great deals. In fact, double points as well on all Totally Tiffany goodies. Susan says, hi Ben, don't let anyone be in the doghouse. These characters are too good to miss. I know, do not miss out on these. Seriously. And Fred says, Ben, that joke was awful. Lol. I see what you did there. Arf. It's a dog noise. Very good tonight. I'm loving all of these puns. Anyway, sorry, back to you with the
It's all right, I'm
twine.
just putting my thread in. I'm just trying to get my thread into the centre of my now not so sticky red liner tape because I don't know what happened there, but we'll get it on there. We'll get it on. And you can always anchor it down. Now make sure you've got enough to be able to attach to the front and the back of your aperture because we're going to go on the inside panel like so. So I'm just going to cut myself a couple of little bits just to remove that. And then we're going to pop on the back part of the little beautiful Tyne look-alike.
Tyne
She
look-alike,
really is.
yeah, tiny.
Absolutely, she is. She's so much like her. She's untrue. And I'm just going to pop on some
I want to get a
wet glue
picture of
for
Tyne
this.
to show you now. Can we get a picture up so we can
She is so gorgeous.
see?
She
I can maybe get one on my
literally is
tablet.
the most beautifully styled.
She's
Although,
very
can I just tell you a secret as well? It's a secret, it's not secret.
What?
My niece, Casey, she's treated herself to, she's been wanting a dog for ages. They've got my eldest niece, Jade, who they all live together, has got a little dog called Pixie, but she's bought herself a little smooth miniature dachshund called Sadie. She's absolutely gorgeous.
Called
We're all
what?
in love.
Sadie?
Sadie.
Oh, Sadie.
Yes, Sadie. She is beautiful.
Aw.
She is. And won everyone's hearts already. She really has.
Aw.
Now,
Go
that
on.
is now sandwiched in between there. So you can see your thread sandwiched in. Make sure it's all stuck down before you start popping and you're twirling and you're But you can see that how you tighten it up, you've got that lovely spinning action. So it doesn't matter what kind of twine you use, as long as you remember to sandwich it in between there, you can use any kind of thread. Now I'm just going to let that just dry for a second, Ben, because it is wet. It hasn't tucked straight away. So I'm just going to give that a little squeeze and try and speed that process up somewhat.
Okay.
And then we're going to take the aperture, like so, and we're going to now sandwich it in the centre.
Yes.
So this is when, again, red liner tape's going to be fabulous for this. I'm just going to find my little thin red liner tape though, because I've got the thick one at the minute and I want the thin one. So let me just pull out my bag. Jeez.
Could I just Rusty, just look,
Yep.
I'll just quickly, should I do it? Can I come up close to the camera and show you which one?
Oh, have you got her? Look at her.
Hello!
Just look at her. She is
doing?
the most beautifulest, cutest. She's absolutely gorgeous, Charlotte. You know how much I love her.
Look at her
I've not seen her
face.
for a while, so I think it's about time we fetched her back in. But she's just beautiful. She's utterly beautiful. She
Literally the
really is.
cutest dog.
She is. She's so cute. She is so cute. So,
She's not always the best behaved dog, is what I've just heard in my ear, but never mind, she looks cute. She looks cute. She came into work a while back, and let's just say she hasn't been in since. She was in the gallery, and she did things that dogs shouldn't do in galleries. I think it was the excitement of it all, to be honest, Charlotte.
of course it was. Of course
Excitement,
it was.
yeah.
It was the excitement
And
of
we'll
her being
forgive her
at
because
Mummy's
she's so
work.
cute.
Now, the best way I can tell you how to get this is pull it tight. You
Yeah.
need a nice tight taut thread. So all I'm going to do is pull that down. Before I actually pop it on, I'm just going to get myself a little bit of red liner tape. But if you get that nice and taut and stick it down really well,
Yeah.
and try not to snip your fingers like Debbie's just done there, because I'm so clumsy. So I'm just going to make sure. Now, you can cut yourself another aperture and you could actually cover that up, the red liner tape. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm not going to bother tonight. So I'm going to pull tight. Let me just make sure I've got that nice and tight. And pop my red liner tape on there and make sure it's not moving anywhere. Oops.
Oh, hello.
Oops. Oh, do you know what? We'll have to snip that off.
Doesn't matter, does it?
Little faux pas there. Actually, I'll just spin that round. Nobody will notice.
Wow.
Nobody will notice if I just tuck that underneath.
Oh, yeah, it'll be
And then I'm just going to snip the end off.
Okay.
Like so. And then we're going to decorate now the front bit and then we'll do the twirling bit. Because honestly, for that price that you see on the screen
ridiculous.
today, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy price. But the quality of these, the fun factor of these,
Yes.
because they really are a fun concept.
Can I
really
just say
fun
as well,
concept.
I think this is my favourite demo ever with the dog, because I love the combination of the two prints that you've got there to make it actually look like the doghouse. I think that's really, really
Well, I was
clever.
going to do that cutesy line, but then I thought, do you know what? I quite like the ideas of this, and I just absolutely love them. I'm going to put I woof you, because I do. Let's pop that in.
I woof you too.
I woof you.
I woof
I
you.
woof you.
Sausages.
And then I'm going to bring in my little doghouse as well. So I'll pop a little couple of foam pads onto here, like so. And I might just give that a double padding. So let's just pop that off. Come on, come on. There you go. And then I'm just going to pop on there another couple. Right, one.
Make sure always when you make these and you send them that you wind the
Yes.
wind the dog up first.
Wind the dog up, yeah.
Yeah.
Not literally, but
No.
yes, wind the dog up, yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to pop my little house just on like so, and then I'm just going to finish it off with a couple of little pieces, without throwing your glue everywhere, Debbie. I'm going to put my bones on, and I'm just going to have a few literally, and I've not stamped my bones, Ben. I could have stamped my bones, but I quite like the idea, because I've got quite a bit of a dark background, I quite like the idea of keeping them white. So I'm just going to place those just randomly, stuck all over. In fact, it might be easier popping a bit of glue just down and then picking them up and sticking them on like so. I love this, honestly. I just think what an amazing opportunity to get hold of a full set of fun dies, fun stamps that actually stamps are stamps. You can use these for all sorts of different ways, as well as, of course, and I'll just put one more down here.
You could probably use these on things like your penny slider cards, couldn't you?
Yep. I'm thinking penny sliders.
Those pop-up boxes. That
what about over the edge characters?
Yeah.
Could use them for that as well. Just a load of fun. And then, of course, the fun bit is wind it up.
Wind up the dog. Go on.
Wind.
Say the W word to wind it up. Go on. I won't do it because I'll get told off.
Oh no, look! You got me all excited.
Oh no.
Where's mentioning that word?
Oh,
now then, let me just fix it. Let me just fix this for a second, Ben. We'll come back to that in a minute.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll do the big reveal of the wind in just a second.
Yes.
So I'll just show you the other characters that we got here, just whilst you putting the doggy back on his lead. This price down here, remember, not for one, you don't choose. We give you them all tonight. It's ridiculous. Look at all, this is all of them there. All of those, all of that. For just £13 and change, $16. It's unbelievable. Look, you're going to get the beautiful butterfly who comes with their own aperture. You get the stamps for the characters, you get the dies for the characters, and then sentiment stamps and the aperture. Butterfly, boom. You'll be buzzing when you've got the bee. You've got the bird. You've got the cat. You've got the dog. No, you haven't. That's an elephant. You've got the elephant. You've got the dog. That's definitely a dog, Ben. Well done. And then you've also got the unicorn as well. All of that for £13.42 if you're platinum. $16.71. If you don't buy this tonight, I can only assume that you've already got the collection. We've got less than 80 of these remaining. Now, here comes the big reveal.
She says, she fingers crossed, she hopes. Realise cut my string too short is what I've done. But if we open it up, yay! There you go. You see, I knew I'd get there eventually. But there you go, super cute characters at the most super cute price that I think you'll absolutely love. Tons of characters in there, lots of fun, lots of twirling fun, Ben, lots of twirling fun.
Absolutely, that is what it is all about. The fun, the movement, and Susie Social just saying these the mini dies too. You can give him his collar and the dog bowl as well, which of course are in those mini dies, which are still on the website. Earlier on, when Debbie was making that card with the nesting dice, she used the letters from that set. It's a really, really great collection, actually. Let's very quickly tell you what this evening's hero tool is. This is a 24-hour deal for you, or while stocks last. It is all about the mat. You're welcome. Oh dear, make myself laugh. You've got the self-healing mat. You've got your Charlotte. You don't get it. Welcome. You're welcome, because a welcome mat. I hate it when I have to explain my joke. Seriously. Oh, all right. Just to hear that. Yeah. It just wasn't funny, Ben.
There are some shades out there.
She is. £14.40, $22.80. If you're shopping with us in the US, those are your platinum prices right there. And here you go. Right, this is a 70% deal. I've made this evening. Leslie, you wanted another deal. You can have the From the Heart stamp collection for £11 if you're platinum. How's about that?
That's amazing.
Can you believe that? £8 each normally.
Amazing.
I say you can have the whole lot for £11.19 or $13.99. I just decided it. I am pulling the punches tonight. That is an unbelievable deal. Do not miss out. If we get a chance, perhaps have a look at those in more detail later on. But you've seen them before. That price, though, bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Shop till you drop. Hannah just saying, I love those twirling characters from day one, and the value is incredible. Thank you all as well for all the lovely comments coming through about this evening's show. I think you have thoroughly enjoyed it. Fred171 says, I want a Ben action figure where you press his foot and he sings a crafter's song or states a line with a pun. Call Mattel and tell Barbie to move out of the dream house. You could, yes, like Woody, create a Ben figure, you pull the string, and then he goes...
I'm on a roll,
I'm on a roll. Or he goes, don't scream and shout, but it's now sold out.
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And he also goes, Debby Robinson, I love you, you're my favourite TV wifey. I'll pitch it to Leanne and Sarah.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, back in the real world, let us talk about something which has been, I would say this has been one of the hottest properties of the year so far. Certainly yesterday, so many of you bought into the Academy of Colour. I'll take you through everything that you're going to get in this collection in just a second, but the essence of this is like the starting point for your colouring journey. In the box, we'll talk around everything that you're going to get, but the genius with this is you pay for the product, you get free online classes that are there for you right now, over 6 hours of tuition with Leanne for you to do at a time that suits, at a pace that suits. If you are someone, you've got like a colourist inside you and you think, oh, I want to bring that colourist out, this is the way to go, isn't it? And you've got some samples here from this collection.
And because one of most things that I get asked is I can't colour.
Yeah.
Can't colour, how do I learn, where do I learn, where do I go about it? And we usually have said tutorials, watch our Colour Me Happy shows, you know, all those kind of things. However, I'm saying simplified it. I'm making it sound simplified, but it really is, because we've given you lots of education. You could be making things like this and colouring in to this sort of standard where you get all the techniques, all the hints and the tips on how you can colour in from...
And all of these stamps are in the box.
They are indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
If you've ever wondered how to be able to create that full skirt and that, you know, with a light shade and tone, is everything is in this, from florals to...
Oh,
got that.
There you go. That's
The
it.
right way
Yeah,
round.
yeah.
From your florals, there's things, not just alcohol markers, there's things like your techniques with watercolours as
Yeah.
well, and the kind of things that you can do with your salts techniques, your background, bleaching techniques,
Yeah.
all those kind of things. Loads and loads of lovely ideas in here, and lots of beautiful things that you can be taking into your card making, and really taking yourself on a little bit of a journey, on a one-on-one journey with our lovely Leanne, giving you all that tutorial that comes with this. I've self-taught myself. I say I self-taught myself. I have taken, you know, from our lovely Leanne, I've taken all the hints and the tips and the education that she's given all of us. However, this is something that's going to continue to grow as well, Ben, which is what I absolutely love about this system.
For you, like, I think you've hit the nail on the head, like, perfectly, because, like you said, as much as we have our Colour Me Happy shows here, which are, you know, great for tutorial, great for hints and tips, I think, like you said, a lot of people are scared and almost, like, they delve in to watch the Colour Me Happy shows, but it's almost like, oh, we see all of these hints, tips and techniques, and they're seeing us using the alcohol markers, they're seeing the watercolour markers, but a lot of people just do not know, like, where to start. And that's what we've done with this Academy of Colour. This is the place to start if you're a beginner, but also, like Sarah was talking about this yesterday, I look at all of you guys and think you're all, you know, hugely talented, hugely experienced crafters. I look at Sarah and watch her and think, amazing crafter, amazing at colouring. She sat down yesterday and told me that she's learnt more again by getting involved with the Academy of Colour, sitting down with Leanne. Like, she's still learning as well. So even if you are experienced, this is great for you as well, isn't it?
And I've often said this, I'm not a colourist by any
stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, exactly. However, I am always willing to learn new skills, new techniques, and that's exactly what this does. This is from anybody, from any skill level, whether you've been colouring for a while, there's things on here that you're going to learn and how to do. Love the technique with the colour underneath. You know, the lovely colour where you the colour technique, you can use your greys and your colours underneath to enhance the colour. I mean, it's just absolutely fabulous. And it's the certificate at the end of it all as well.
Yeah.
My goodness me.
So basically how this works is you pick up the deal today. I know a lot of our US viewers picked this up via HSN, and you've got the auto ship coming to you, because there will be further instalments of the boxes. For our UK viewers, you can pick this up right now, okay? And later down the line, we were asking Leanne about this last night. We can't confirm exactly when the next instalment will come out, because if you know all the problems with the shipping issues around the world, but we were sort of hesitantly sort of saying like between sort of 6 to 8 weeks potentially for the next box to come out. However, what you do tonight is you start your colouring journey. You get this Academy of Colour. It's got 25 markers. You've got 16 of your duo colours in the alcohol. So it's new colour configurations that we've put together, all right? And the pens are absolutely phenomenal. You've also got 8 of your duo colours in the aqua, and as you can see here, we're also giving you your opaque white marker. That's great for giving you your highlights. You've got your brushes in there as well, so your thicker paintbrush for the for sort of like your backgrounds, your thinner paintbrush for the more detailed, and then you've got your spritzer in there too. On top of all of that, you've got your stamps. 40 of those you're going to get, and the brilliant thing is you've got animals in here, so you can practice your fur. You've got the faces in here as well, so you can practice skin. You've got flora and fauna in here, and you've also got little shapes. So you've got 4 stamps in there. You've got a circle, you've got a triangle, I think there's a square, and then there's a cylinder in there. And Leanne was showing us yesterday about, she was saying like if you can sort of do your shading on these and practice your shading on those sort of shapes. Once you've got those, you can then almost take that into all of your colouring. It was so
because
clever.
it's about practicing your light source, isn't it? Where you put your light source, and you can use those shapes to be able to help you know where to pop it and where you will hit the light and where the darkness would be on there. And that's a great tip, great technique. And again, that tuition you're getting with Leanne, I think that tuition with Leanne is that price of that kit me to myself and more and ongoing all the time. Literally the most fabulous academy of colour you could wish for anyone.
And this is our Debbie Fisher enjoying the tuition. And again, let's put this to you, okay? So the price that you're seeing on screen for everything that you get within the box is amazing. As I said, all of those pens, 40 stamps, you've got the binder in there as well, 7 project pockets, you've got your dividers in there too, and of course you've got all of the cardstock in there as well, the 5x7 cardstock in the alcohol marker paper, and also the watercolour. So everything that you need. This tuition that you're going to get is free of charge, right? It's not like built into the cost. It's not built into this or anything like this. You're basically not paying for it. You're paying for the goods to be able to then do the tuition. You get a little card inside the actual box itself, which will give you the QR code and the link to be able to tackle those classes. And it's Leanne, at a time that suits you, over a period of however long you want to do this. Currently, there's, Leanne said, well, to be specific, 6 hours, 10 minutes worth of tuition with her right now. So you get this kit, you get that code, you get going. And the genius about this, of course, is you do it in your own time, you do it in the comfort of your own home, and you just get practicing. And if you do the first sort of lesson, first 20 minutes or whatever, and you think, oh, I made a mistake there, that matter, does it? You start again, rewind, and just keep going, keep practicing until you're happy. And no word of a lie, I said this to you earlier on, so many people last night said the reason they got this is because they were scared, they thought they were hopeless at colouring, they got the Academy of Colour, and I can't remember who it was, but someone said within 20 minutes they could already see an improvement.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's what you're getting with this. It's that journey of colouring, regardless, alcohol markers, whether it be watercolour, you've got everything you need to learn and build on your confidence and build on your skill set and literally take you on a whole colouring journey and more, because there's more to come as well. This is the kick, this is the starter of it all, and this is a great journey to start on as well. And I can promise you, after you've got this and you've got Leanne, that one-to-one tuition, you're not going to be scared of colouring ever again, and you're going to really enjoy that journey of colour as well.
Lynn's already got it. Hubby purchased the Academy of Colour for me yesterday. I can't wait for it. Christy says my hubby got me one too. I can't wait. Lots of nice hubbies out there. And Dawn Nordstrom says if you want to learn colouring, the Academy of Colour is a must. It is worth every penny and more. And we thought what we would do actually is just give you a bit of a snippet, if you like, as to the kind of thing that you're going to be learning in these classes. So this is a snippet, slightly edited snippet for you, just to kind of give you a bit of an idea of Leanne talking about how you can get the very best colour when it comes to colouring hair. Have a look at this.
So to mix watercolour and alcohol colouring, yes you can. What you would always do is the alcohol colouring first. So if we want to alcohol colour the face and watercolour the hair, alcohol colour your face and then do your watercolouring, because watercolouring over the top of alcohol will not move the alcohol. The alcohol will stay completely still. It will not go anywhere. And so you can absolutely use that for mixed media if that's what you want to do. And in a couple of the auto ship classes that we're going to be doing, we will be looking at that exact thing. See, we're doing the hair there. There we go. Add a little bit of the sunflower in. Preserve your highlight all the way. You get that lovely colour with the light and the brown mixing in together. You've got that lovely bits coming along, and then that's what you would get. You can see the same there with the skin tones. If you want to add a little bit more in, you see we've got a little bit more blush down the side of this face. If you want to add that in, get plenty of water on your brush. I'm going to get the yellow off. plenty of water on your brush, and then here, actually mixing you know how we mixed a custom colour before? See how I'm mixing the blossom and the tawny together? That's going to give me more of a natural skin tone now to go in down this side and just get a little bit of that shade in there and then bring the blush out. So it's just contouring. And we can mix a new colour to do that if we want to. And then just soften it out. There we go. I actually think that looks better. I'm happier with that face now. I'm going to put that same custom colour that I've just mixed under there, I'm going to put down here. I think it's more of a natural, like a sun-kissed skin tone. I think that looks much better now, that face, that I've done that. And you've got that little bit of contouring on that side with that custom colour that I've just mixed on my palette using tawny and blossom. And then as you continue, that's what you would get. That's with tawny and sunflower for your hair. And I'll make sure that you get those up onto the website too.
There you go, that is just a bit of a snippet as to what you're going to be seeing in the classes when you join in our Academy of Colour. And the thing to point out again is, this is content for you to access at a time that suits you in the comfort of your own home. And the point is, again, already over 6 hours, 6 hours and 10 minutes of tuition for you right now. However, there will be more. And I know a few of you were asking yesterday, I can't tell you exactly the date when the next part of the Academy of Colour will launch, but Leanne said she's sort of thinking around about 6 to 8 weeks. Is all dependent on the shipping, and you know there's like problems worldwide currently. However, what I would say to you is, you've got the Academy of Colour here with all of the contents. Don't forget the duo alcohol markers, 16 of those new colour configurations. You've got 8 of the duo watercolour pens included in there as well, with the spritzers, with the opaque white marker, with the paint brushes. You've got the sheets of the cardstock that you need as well, 18 sheets of each. You've got 40 stamps included in there too. You've got the binder, you've got the dividers, you've got the project pockets. That binder as well is going to be invaluable for you, because not only are you going to be able to store all of the stamps and all of the other goodies that you get, but it's a great way for you to track your progress, because you get those project pockets. And that's what I would do. I would, put everything in there from the very first thing that you do in the class. Absolutely. So you can track your own progress, right?
Absolutely. It's honestly a fantastic system. The whole thing is just a fantastic system. I even got excited about it, Ben, and I love colouring, but I've got even excited about the whole of this. I just think it's absolutely fabulous, and it's a great tool. Should we call it it is a tool, isn't it? It's a great tool to learn how to get yourself started into all sorts of different techniques and how to use your pens as well. Leanne's taking you through like your flicking techniques with some of your pens as well. There's just some amazing things in there that I know you're going to absolutely love. And like you said earlier as well, people have only just like got hold of it and taken that first steps, and they've already seen that difference. I can promise you, once you've got this home, it's exactly what's going to happen to you too. It really is a fantastic system.
A lot of you just agreeing on that front too. Terry just said, I love Colour Me Happy, but you are so on point, Ben. I watch and then I sit down to what I saw and then I draw a blank. This solves that one-on-one, no interruption tuition. It's priceless. And that, I'm not doing Colour Me Happy down here because that is a fantastic show, but it is that point that Terry's hit on as well, that you can jump in on that show and watch and pick up bits and pieces, but if you don't know where to start, then you can obviously sit and watch, and like you said, you can take it away, you go home and then you sort of go, oh, what was it that Debbie did again? How did that all work? This is almost like the clean start for you, isn't it? It's like the first stepping stone. Everything in there that you need, you follow the system, and what will happen over time is that you will get the next set of the Academy of Colour, you'll get better, you'll get more sort of brave with everything, and then once you've kind of graduated from this, that's when you will then start getting those other pens like your classics, your illustrators, your tri-blends, all of these different ones, and you'll know exactly what you need to do with them, and that's when you'll be enjoying shows like Colour Me Happy even more, because you'll be able to kind of jump in and potentially understand it a little bit more if you're a new colourist, someone who's a little bit scared of doing it. That's how I would describe it. Yeah. Thank you for all the lovely comments. Just on the few of you asking about the Ben doll, is it for sale? No. The story about that very quickly is that when it's not pizza on my face, by the way, it's stubble. In another crafty life, there was a few of us that had dolls made, and that's my doll. And
it's been with me for the last 5 or 6 weeks, been with me.
Our mutual crafty friend,
Yes.
lovely Nigel,
Yes.
gave it to you, didn't he?
He did
to give to me,
indeed.
and you've had it for about 6 weeks.
I have. He's been in my car. He's been in all sorts of different areas of the car
He
as
has,
well, because I
been
kept
getting
sending you
photos.
little snaps, didn't I?
Yeah.
Until we got reunited, and I've reunited with you with your bendo.
So new show mascot, and I can guarantee you'll probably be seeing a lot more of him on my socials. Maybe not so much on the TV, because I'll probably get in trouble. Get in trouble, I get an email now. Let's very quickly do the demo vote of the show. So time to get voting. What have you made, Mrs?
So this was the first one that we made using those beautiful decorative nesting dies. That was that dome feature card with that lovely Verona.
Yes, it was Verona.
Thank you, Verona.
Yes.
Yep. And then with number 2, I changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I've completely forgot which one I used on this
That one is
Turin.
Turin.
And again, just showed you different ways that you can use it, not just in nesting dies, but in multi-layering it as well. So that's number 2. And then number 3 was the little cute little doggy. So number 3 was our lovely twirling dog there. So again, you decide. This is demo of the show.
Sure.
It's 1, it's 2, or it's 3. You decide.
Get voting. I reckon you've got about 3 or 4 minutes or so to get your votes in, and then we'll do the demo of the day. Right, Academy of Colour. We're going to kind of just keep chatting about this a little bit longer. And this is how it's going to work for you when you get it home. What I love about this, again, and it's little things, isn't it? It's like the whole packaging of it. It's all built into like a little 3-tier system, like the best box of chocolates you could ever wish. Where you've got your alcohol markers unboxed to the next level with the Dura Aquas. Then you've got the stamps in there as well.
And keeping them all together as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that something you would do? Would you'd keep them in the box? I guess would you?
Normally they would have been just scattered all over. This is just great because everything's going to be kept in there, and you can keep going back to it and reusing it. And this is going to be something that you use as well, not just for your colouring journey, but take it into your crafting journey as well. But I love how it's all been presented, how it's all been put together. You've even got your card. To be able to work with as well in there. So for me, it's absolutely fabulous. And then all the tools that you need as well, your spritzer, your brush, and all those kind of things. I just think it's a genius idea. I wish I'd thought of it. I wish I'd thought of it. It's absolutely incredible.
Great gift idea as well for somebody that you might know who wants to get into their colouring. What I would also say is, if you did miss the show yesterday, so we featured this briefly on launch day, but we then also did a 3-hour show with Leanne, and she was amazing because she gave us like little sort of mini taster sessions on there. And I mean, I've done so many colouring shows with yourself and all the other guys, but she was showing me like hints and tips and ideas that even I've never seen before. Like when she got out like the salt. And then she got a bottle of actual bleach out as well.
Oh, she's gone the original bleach technique.
She mixed bleach up with water.
Oh, yeah.
And did a technique with that, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And then she did
putting the salt in water.
Salt in water, because I've seen the rock salt technique.
Yes.
But not the salt in the water. She was making the solutions.
Gosh, that's fabulous to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Didn't realise that was in there then. That's great. I'm going to have to go back and watch that show, I think.
I know.
I think I'll have to go back and watch that show.
Yeah, it's a great show to watch. If you pick the Academy of Colour today, obviously you can access the classes as soon as you get the little card within the box. But go back and watch yesterday's show, launch party. So it was this time yesterday, 6 o'clock UK, 2 o'clock Eastern, and you'll be able to watch that full 3 hours. I mean, look at Debbie. I mean, she's happy, isn't she, normally? But look how happy she is there with their Academy of Colour. And that's the point, isn't it? You know, you can do it in your own time, in the comfort of your own home. I think, again, we provide a lot of inspiration here, but maybe you've looked at doing, classes, evening classes maybe for colouring or for craft. Those can be quite daunting also because, you know, if you, even like beginners classes, if you get a little bit behind in a class potentially, or, you know, maybe you're sort of scared of asking questions potentially, that might put you off going to an evening class. And again, how much is the cost of a craft class? Do you know what I mean? They can be expensive.
Anything up to like £10-15 some of these classes can be. So more. Some are more. So it's absolutely fabulous that you've got free tuition from our lovely Leanne, the best person.
Yeah.
Absolutely the best person in the business when it comes to alcohol colouring, water technique, you know, watercolour as well. Just absolutely phenomenal it is. Phenomenal.
Yeah. And as I've said, you know, very much so for beginners, but even if you're someone who wants a bit of a refresher, maybe you're someone who uses alcohol markers more than the aqua markers, or vice versa, and you want to get the tuition in either of those sort of fields, it is all there for you. The cost here that you're seeing is for the Academy of Colour, the tuition that you'll receive right now, and then along the journey over the next, I don't know, 12, 14, 18 months, let's just say, is going to be free. And how lovely at the end of it all, you will have become the colourist that you wanted to be, with all of the education, with all of the inspiration, with all of the encouragement that you're going to get from Leanne as well. And you're going to get that little certificate as well in the last instalment to say that you've graduated from the Academy of Colour. We've got a result, by the way.
Okay.
Demo of the show. Number 1.
Oh! The Doom card. The Doom card. So we're doing demo of the day.
We will do demo of the day. You grab that one. Yeah. So number 1.
Who's that from?
I'm guessing.
Is that Sandra's?
That must be Sandra. Sandra, I was going to say. That is Sandra's.
Oh, I've got some tough competition.
You have.
Oh, I have indeed.
Number 1.
And then number 2
do you want to just show that on your close-up camera?
Yeah, of course I can. So that's number 1.
Number 1.
Let me put it there so you can see.
Yeah.
So that's number 1, our lovely Sandra. Number 2 was our Craft Along project, which was our pop-up
that's
book card.
Brilliant.
So that's number 2.
Yeah.
And then number 3 was the rather classy black and gold, number 3.
Okay, 1, 2 or 3. You've got about 3 minutes to get your votes in on that one. Rhonda says, Ben, I love your flamingo shirt. Thank you. And Lynn says, Ben, I remember that doll that you have. You and your friends, Dan and Nigel, used to have so much fun with them in your previous crafty life. We did. And there'll be, as I say, there'll be more fun coming now. I've got them back as well. Let's give you some of a bit of a roundup of the deals that we've got on the show. So this is the deal that I put together. Of course I did.
I'm disappointed I didn't get to demonstrate this one, because I absolutely love this collection. It's beautiful. Look at that price, Ben. Look at that price.
I know, you're welcome. You're
Absolutely,
welcome.
because I didn't know you were going to do that.
I know. I spur of the moment, me.
You are shockingly bad, you'll be getting in trouble.
I will. I'll be in the office tomorrow. I'll be getting dragged in. You're giving away goodies at ridiculous prices. You're bringing your doll on the air.
They're big stamps as well. Can I just tell you? They're big stamps. They're not little stamps.
Well, because you get like the main stamp as you've seen, don't you?
Yeah, and then you get the embellishment stamps to be able to do all your decoration and everything else with it as well.
Take it away, for goodness sake. £11, $13. Take it away. Take this away as well, for goodness sake. The Twirling Characters.
Spinners, yeah, they're just absolutely phenomenal. Look at the price on there. And all those gorgeous dies as well as the stamps. That, I think for me, I'm going to say that is the star of the show, because that really is a fantastic deal for stamps and dies to be able to create that lovely kinetic movement to a card, which I just think is absolutely fabulous.
And like you said as well, the fact that you've got those stamps there, that you can use them individually of the dies and use them in so many different ways as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a stupid price. If you don't pick that up tonight, I really believe you're missing a trick. £13 platinum, $16 and change if you're platinum in the US. Please take it off me. And then finally, again, a lovely deal on kind of like a craft room essential, really. Nesting dies we always think are very, very handy to have in your craft room. But these are nesting dies with a bit of a difference, Debbie, aren't they?
There's the decorative nesting dies. So nesting dies, traditionally you would think of your squares, your hearts, your circles, your stitch designs. These are decorative elements to them. Stunningly beautiful, these decorative nesting dies. I absolutely love them. And I didn't get to my third demo with these either, but never mind. I want you to be able to get them over and have a play with them. We've got loads of tuition online, still on Crafters TV and on YouTube, where you can find all the tuition with all the different experts that have worked with these dies. They are absolutely beautiful at the most amazing price. So get hold of yours today whilst you can.
$82.50 platinum, $95.71 if you're shopping with us in the US and you are a platinum member. What a show, what a day. What was the winner of the demo of the day though? It's a landslide.
Is it?
That's what Susie Social says, landslide.
Do you know, I had edged my bets, but now I'm not so sure.
2.
Oh, the Craft Along.
I'm not surprised, Debbie. That's awesome.
Along. There you go. So you'll be able to catch that back and get to go how to put it all together, how to put the mechanism together as well. thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant and well deserved. What another busy day we've got coming up tomorrow. Are you back with us tomorrow?
I am not. No, I think you've got lovely Michelle. I think it's Michelle that's in tomorrow. Michelle and George and that's it. Oh yes, she's got a launch day tomorrow. No, she's excited about that one. So it's going to be a great day again tomorrow. But yeah, I'm not back. Actually, I don't know when I'm back.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well,
do you know what else you've got tomorrow? Is it you?
Me?
Oh.
Hey, I'm so excited about this. Spring sale cartload. I'm coming in on my day off.
Are you really?
Coming in on my day off. That's
Who
how
are you
excited
with?
I am. Who am I with? Craig. Can you imagine what's going to happen?
Yes.
I'm in on my day off, so I'll be like uber excited. Craig, you know what he's like, always uber excited. Me and him, 3 hours, cartload, spring sale cartload. Anything can happen, and probably will. So make sure you join us for that. Of course, make sure you check the web, get shopping the shows, shop the spring sale, shop the Spectrum Noir deals, shop Totally Tiffany as well. Thank you so much. It's so lovely to see you again.
It's been lovely being working with you again, Johnny and Charlotte, and the beautiful John as well. It's been fabulous. I shall see you all very soon.
You certainly shall. Thank you to Susie on the socials as well, and thank you to you for watching. Make sure you're back here tomorrow. It's going to be another fun day at Crafters TV. Bye for now.